Drop that shit, DJ OJ.
Yeah. Fuck you, ready? Fuck you, ready? Fuck you, ready?
Young girl don't move that back, calling me splurge. Ride me jump right off the curb. Bentley spread fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crank up the floor and I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge. Young girl don't move that, they working my nerves. I'm about to pull up some serve. Fucking this bitch like a perm. Smack on the back, grab a perm. Ice, the bird. Shitting on all you little turds. Can't take that dick, wait your turn. In my own lane, we can't merge. So with no hands, you can learn. Let's see how much you can earn. Why me go pull out the worm? And I ain't smoking no shirt. I'm in the PvP lady. QP ski. I love my bitches, it's pretty. They showing their titties, it's up to the ceiling. I let her run through a million. I rock with her really, let's fuck on the bed. I'ma get down to the gritty, then fuck up the city, the home of the villain. Ecstasy, wonderful feeling. Smoke out the pound when I'm chillin'. Trappin', I made me a killer. Look, I got everybody wishing. I hope you play your position. I don't want nobody listening. I see the whole precision. Give us my only decision. Young girl no more that back calling me splurge. Ride me jump right off the curb. Bentley spread fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crank up the floor and I swerve. Keep me a stick if they purge.
She a baddie, she showing her panties. She shake it like jelly. 100 bands of Chanel, but I'm still shaking ass in the deli. With my bitch getting dirty. He like him already. He want the wop, but I just want the Fetty. And I'm back in his partner, I'm petty. Call me that B while he eating my honey. You know niggas love bitches with money. I get a lot. Taking a spot. If you ain't cooking, then get off the pot. My name Ice, but I always stay hot. Passenger princess, he passed me his knock. Baddest little bitch from my block. Me and baddies be getting along, so they always be singing my song. Stepping outside, I'ma put that shit on. 300 and then I perform. You know I'ma get to the bag. Or the hating bitches to the back. Punch the loose so I cannot react. Damn bitches be going outside. She a baddie, she showing her panties. She a baddie, she showing her panties. She shake it like jelly. 100 bands of Chanel, but I'm still shaking ass in the deli. With my bitch getting dirty. He like him already. He want the wop, but I just want the Fetty. And I'm back in his partner, I'm petty. Feeling the stoosh and I'm showing my coochie. PJ to Emilio Pucci. I look like bitches like shout out to Lucy. If she bad, then I let her seduce me. I'm the shit, I'm that bitch, I'm his poopy. Juice in my cup got me feeling real loopy. 40-inch middle parted. He got all my pics harder. They all like, damn, I still flow be the hardest. I'm not a regular artist. Gra, go cool and I'm just getting started. Baddies on baddies, they know how to move. Orders on orders, they know how to ooh. Bustin' that pack going straight to the moon. Off the juice, acting loose. She a baddie, she showing her panties. 100 bands of Chanel, but I'm still shaking ass in the deli. With my bitch getting dirty. He like him already. He want the wop, but I just want the Fetty. And I'm back in his partner, I'm petty.
Welcome to San Andreas, I'm CJ from Grove Street, land of the heinous gangbangers and cold heat. And Los Santos neighbors get no sleep, even with anybody compete, neither road meets. Old deep in the green rag with gold feet, blast with the flag with strap, that's OG. stay in shape, hit the gym, lift the weights. The super cutter, big and buff, nice and straight. You got stats, respect, weapon, steel, stamina, muscle, fat, and sex appeal. You get clothes from Binkos and prolapse, suburban sick, victim and B-sacks. Watch your back when it rival rulers. They'll test just to guess if you're survivors of brother with screw ducking shields at the club and bail. Jump out, busting, gun until they tuck their tail. It seemed like I'm on impossible nostrils. Mid switch to predicaments, hostile positions. See, Tim, Benny, and Velasquez harass me. Cop course been on our ass the last week. Cause the Dre is full of gangsters on board. Hands is a language for the bangers on board. And it's dangerous, whole boy. Get your brains through for how you do the thing, this whole boy. Deep pop, be poppin', hop, and stuff them out in the block. Shake before the cops come. Listen for sirens, they don't got none. Back another lap, get your spagger with the shotgun. Hitting them up with they Grove Street lock and a dirty sling shot. Roll Levi.
I'ma smoke where I wanna smoke. Fuck that. I'ma choke who I wanna choke. Fuck that. I'ma ride where I wanna ride. Fuck that. I'm a nigga for life, so I'm a nigga till I decide. I'ma smoke where I wanna smoke. Fuck that. I'ma choke who I wanna choke. Fuck that. I'ma ride where I wanna ride. Fuck that. I'm a nigga for life, so I'm a motherfucking nigga till I decide.
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, Hustler and Muscular in the building. Once again, here to give you another great show with another great topic. And for those of y'all that are new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is my Instagram information. Donate to my Cash App if you would be so kindly. Show your boy a lot of support because he's really trying to go all out with this streaming stuff. He's picking excellent topics to talk about on a weekly basis if possible. And he's really dropping some gems for y'all and giving y'all a little something to talk about along the way. And of course, I'm going to drop the link a little early today. So anybody back there listening in, feel free to come up and let's talk about today's topic. But before we get into that, I have another message to put out there.
Like, comment, and subscribe because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
Yep. So please do that. All right. Now for today's topic, let's talk about the modern woman and how delusional they tend to be. Let's talk about the delusional modern woman. Now, what do I mean when I say modern women are delusional? They have these expectations, these perspectives that just make you want to look at them and wonder where the hell their minds are. It's like they delusional women inspect society to just mold itself into whatever it is they want and cater to their feelings. Because remember, in this modern age, anything that doesn't make a woman happy is considered oppression. It's considered telling women what to do. If you tell a woman to abide by a certain dress code, they consider that oppression. They consider that being disrespectful and holding women back from doing what they want to do, which in reality is just total bullshit. It's called having a goddamn standard. And if women want men to be leaders, they have to abide by the man's standards, whatever's been set in tow for them. That's just the way that works. I'm sorry about that. That's just the way that works. But our women have become delusional. And again, when I say delusional, it's like, first of all, they expect society to just mold itself into whatever they want. And second of all, when it comes to the dating market, they want men that they really don't fucking qualify for. They want the high value man making all this money, but yet she ain't gonna do a goddamn thing for him. She wants a traditional man, but she refuses to be a traditional woman. She wants the benefits of a relationship, but the freedom that comes with being single. That's what you call being delusional. You want what you don't qualify for, and you want what you're not going to put in the work for. That's essentially what I'm talking about here. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. As I was saying, oh yeah, women want what they do not qualify for. Yes, it's like I said, they expect society to just cater to them, give them whatever they want, and they ain't got to do a goddamn thing but just show up and look pretty. So they have these unrealistic expectations for what they want a man to have. Now, let me make something clear right now. There's nothing wrong with a woman having a standard. Hell, I encourage women to have standards. I encourage women and men to have a standard as far as what you want out of a man. The same way men should have a standard as far as what they want out of a woman. But first of all, women's standards have become so unrealistic that they fall on the grounds of being delusional. And that's where we have the problem. They want all these things from a man, but not going to give him a damn thing in return. And not only that, you got to jump through hoops just to make her ass happy. And at the end of the day, she really don't like you like that. As I mentioned in the previous stream, they make these dumbass rules for men they really don't find attractive, but they'll bend, if not break, those rules for the men that they do find attractive. So yeah, they have unrealistic standards. And second of all, they don't even respect men who have a standard. If I say I want a woman a woman can easily say she doesn't date men under 6 feet tall. Hooray for her. Hooray for having a standard. But let a man say he doesn't date women who are overweight and out of shape. Oh, now you're body shaming. So it's okay for y'all ladies to have a standard, but men can't? Why? It's okay for y'all to live in a la-la land where you can run the streets, do whatever the hell you want to do, have a hot girl summer every summer, all summer, and then have this man, Prince Charming, sweep you off your feet and carry you off on his horse into his castle, despite being ran through, being devalued, being degraded, the whole fucking nine. You still expect all that treatment, the princess treatments, even though you ran yourself into the ground like a goddamn pauper. You're a pauper that wants a prince, basically. A peasant that wants a prince and want to be treated like a queen. That's basically what you're doing. You're a female peasant looking for her king or prince or whatever. No, it just don't work like that. We have to live in the real world. You have to understand what you qualify for. And this is not to throw shade to any ladies who are in this kind of situation, because honestly, it's not too late for you to get out. You can still make the improvements, but it's going to be a long, hard road for you as far as the dating market is concerned, because at this point, men don't want to take you seriously. For every action you choose, you are definitely choosing the consequences. That's like I go out there and rob a liquor store. I'm choosing the possibility of getting caught by the police and hauled off to jail. So when you ladies choose to basically be for the streets, when you choose to be loud, when you choose to be loud, impulsive, disrespectful, and you choose to just look at men as they're nobodies, you're basically choosing the consequences that come with that. In this case, the consequences are no man wants to deal with you. Men are only going to see you as a pump and a dump. Men are just going to come around when they want to get their pee-pee satisfied and leave it at that. Or they're just going to walk away from you altogether. Either way you look at it, no man wants a freaking delusional ass woman. You better come to the table with some realistic expectations that you know a man could live up to. Now, granted, there are some men out there that just don't deserve a good woman. Don't get me wrong. I understand that wholeheartedly. But I tell women, stop choosing those kinds of men. If you know a man is a playboy, he's always out here doing drugs, he's always out here smashing this woman, he got baby mamas here, baby mama there. Why the holy mother of hell would y'all choose those kind of men in the first place? Seriously. The same way we as men have to be realistic and responsible and own up to the females we choose to deal with, y'all ladies have to do the same exact thing. You have to take responsibility for the men you choose the same way we take responsibility for the men, for the women that we choose. So shout out to White School Podcast. Thank you for being here. And by the way, the link is in the description if you want to come up and talk to your boy. But that's the way that goes. You can't go through life having unrealistic standards and then get mad when a lot of the men you meet don't meet said standards. You can have a standard if you want to, but make sure it's grounded in reality. Why a man got to make $100,000 just to even look in your direction? Why a man got to go above and beyond for you when you're not going to do a damn thing for him? Like, what do you bring to the table as a woman? And don't give me that bullshit, oh, you are the table. Well, what you bring to the table, nothing I ain't already had before. If as a woman you're going to be the table, then you ain't really bringing anything I ain't already had before. How is eating off of your table any different than the last table I ate off of? So you better come with more than just sex appeal, because a man, a high value man especially, can get that from any woman. So you're not bringing him anything he ain't already seen, already had before. So women need to go with those delusional expectations and delusional standards. If you're a single mother with 5 kids, why the fuck would you be so delusional to think that a man's supposed to take you seriously? Why? Why would you expect that? Especially for a dude that ain't got kids of his own. And y'all say, oh, a real man would take care of my kids. A real man would step up and do this. A real man would do. How the holy mother of hell would you know what a real man's supposed to do when you've never had a real man before? Really? You probably didn't have a father growing up, and your mama didn't show you much of anything. No shades to the parents who are doing their damn diligence to raise their kids, but I'm just saying. You probably didn't have a father growing up, so he didn't teach you what masculinity was. You're probably raised by a single mother, and she did the best she could, I guess. And now look at you, y'all out here in these streets with your delusional expectations. And some of y'all feel like y'all don't need a man because, hell, you saw your mamas take care of you. So your mama's run a household. So like, oh, if you can do it, I can do it too. That's bottom line. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to go take care of something. But like I was saying, a woman needs to come to the table having some standards that are on the basis of reality and not have all these bullshit standards that she know damn well the average man could never live up to. Hell, she's average herself. So why does she have to have above average expectations? It's just mind boggling. The delusion is just nonsense. But with that being said, I digress. Let me welcome the Wife School Podcast. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight? I hear you up here.
Yeah, I'm
All
doing
the
good. How
young
are you?
ladies. I'm
Okay,
doing well.
today's topic: modern women are delusional. What's your take on that whole thing? Do you think our modern women are delusional? Yes, no, maybe.
I think at first, well, I think at first we're delusional, and then when we get our wake up call, then we become more realistic, usually when it's past the expiration date. Or,
Okay,
we're
define
old enough.
expiration date.
Okay, like if we're not in our prime or we messed up a whole bunch of times or um we haven't learned our lesson or we think that we're forever 21 and now we won't ever settle and then we get to age 40s 50s 60s and we're crying in our cars, we need our man, but like why couldn't you put all this effort or why didn't you have that realization early on in your life, when you were building your career or when you were working to build a family at the same time, to compete when you were in your prime. So, like, unfortunately, I think we're in delusion for a long time, or we listen to other people's delusions that's projected on us. And we'll say, well, my mom told me to pursue my career. So we'll embody other people's projections on us when in reality, we're supposed to be building our lives in our early stage and age out with our partner, instead of trying to get everything we want. And then at the end, when all the um, prospects are snatched up or they're looking for younger options.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And I guess to combat that, y'all want to. I'm not saying you specifically, but y'all want to
Right.
shame older men because they want somebody younger. Yeah, think about
Hmm.
that. The same men you said no to when you were like, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 years old. Fast forward 20 years later, now you're 36 years old, 37, 38, 40. And now you're looking at those same men you could have had when you were 20 years younger. And now they want somebody young. Now
Yeah,
now they
and
want
I think
somebody else
like
in that
back in
age
the day,
range.
we had more of the age appropriate like relationships. You get a few of the girls that had older guys, but I mean, if like you said, if you're naive, sometimes older guys can run game on you in a sense because you're like, oh my God, he's older, ooh, and you're attracted to that. So you'll kind of like, be susceptible to the thing. But I think back in the day, it was more like people dated near their age ranges. But I think the older men probably would date women that are probably in that 5 to 10 age range, but it's just the behavior and the stubbornness and, like you said, the delusional part for those women being unrealistic that makes it that kind of disqualifies them. You know what I'm saying? I think if the women were more agreeable and you know showed some class and humbleness, because I mean obviously a woman that is older should definitely be 10 times ahead of a younger woman, but it's the those unrealistic standards and the uncooperativeness or trying to tell a man how to be a man type of thing. It's like that's not going to work for them.
No, it isn't. That is not going to work.
Yeah,
I'm
it
afraid that
really
is just not
is.
going to work. Oh yeah, take
And
a
you see
and
it
take a
all
look at.
every day.
Say that again.
I said you see it every day.
Yeah, you do. Now take a look at this banner and let me know what you think of it.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. It's not. No, you said it says the delusional woman's desire. Okay, life. Okay. Okay. Muscles and okay. you can't be okay. I'm weak for she got weak and okay. Mentally weak. So when the mentally weak is that's referring to the man, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Bottom line, he wants a physically strong man, but a mentally weak man at the same time. That's basically what this is
Mm,
saying.
mm, I can agree with that. We want the women
Mad,
talking about
muscular, and dick.
I've never seen this before. This is so cool. Yeah, we definitely like how can I say? I'm not going to talk about my ex-husband like that, but I will say I did have a strong personality, right? I wasn't looking for like, I wasn't like this, like, oh, give me this, give me that. No, I really genuinely liked him, but some things he wasn't as strong in because he didn't have certain examples, shown in his life, and I'm attributing that to that. But he was tall and physically strong, and I was attracted to the physical aspects of him. But like just certain other areas I found that he wasn't as strong in because I believe, like you were saying, like at least I mean some people haven't been shown how to be a man because they didn't have the fathers in their life and they usually had their mothers trying to guide them, how to be a man and stuff like that. But definitely when I started getting back out here on the dating market and just learning from YouTube because I really didn't date because I was married, I would hear content creators say, just extract from the man, like play him. He's an ATM, like basically kind of use your physical assets, you're the prize type of thing, and get what you want. And, forget his feelings or that he's even a person. So it's definitely that narrative is being pushed out there. Um, that's one part of it. And then also the women, they want to get their way, as is in this picture. So they choose dudes that has the physical attributes and getting dick down. And that's what they said that that's the women sleeping with the 20% of men, which is those physical, aspects, but they're mentally weak, right? And they turn down the good men. They want to get all the children from these physically strong, mentally weak men. And then when they realize that these guys, aren't up to par, then they want the good guys. Then they want the ones that reach their financial peak and in their careers and things like that. Yeah. But those mentally strong men be like, we don't want you. We don't want you girls.
Yeah, and then y'all want to call them men dusties or haters or you can't handle a strong black woman.
Gay. All that stuff. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Yo,
bad.
let a woman have her way. Because what you see on the right, the mentally weak man, that's really what she's looking for. The man's just gonna give her
Mhm.
whatever she wants, whatever she desires. You meet her list of things, while at the same time packing the mad muscles and
Mhm.
dick.
I mean, who doesn't want a good blessing? But it don't help when we need like to build our communities and we just have mentally, you know, not okay, there are people that are mentally weak, but it doesn't benefit us, as a whole when you still operate like that and then, when you could be better. But hey, there's some people that do like being mentally weak and simpish, and it doesn't help the guys that are actually trying to correct the problem that these women aren't entitled to any of these things. They got to put in the work and earn it. So, so what would you say to the guys that are mad They're physically strong and mentally weak. Should they abstain? Like, because you see, he was leading with his, you know, the thing. And what
Yeah.
how would you speak to those type of men that has a physical attraction to these women?
All I can say is think with the big head, not the little head.
Right.
Don't be like this guy on the left. I guess he's leading with his penis because he sees a beautiful woman. He's on hard, whatever.
Yeah.
He probably wants to smash her. But if she's for this, I say if she wants to be for the streets, just let
Right.
her be.
Right.
If she for the streets, let her be. And if you meet someone like that, you either one leave her alone or deal with her accordingly. If it's just a not so serious relationship, then it is what it is. But you're trying to commit to someone like her, you're setting yourself up for failure, big time. And you
Yeah.
definitely don't want to be the guy on the right, the mentally weak guy, the sucker man. You got the mad man, you got the sucker man. The man is
Hmm.
probably not as masculine, but he's providing for her financially, and he's giving her, she's providing her, giving her this lavish lifestyle, even though she
Right.
would never be with him in a million years.
Right. Pity. Yeah. Yeah, that's just so horrible. And you see it in so many aspects. When people even go further. Um, you have the women that are for the streets, like the wife of Joe Smith. She was for the streets, and she took him for physically strong, being in the NBA, but she you know called him, like, basically treated him like a sucker, embarrassing him, chasing the bag, like, I got to do what I got to do, and you don't really matter in that. And he kind of was right there, standing beside her, but she still kept embarrassing. I'm like, man, come on, get strong and do something about this. Or also, I noticed with 50 Cent recently, he's abstaining and he broke up with his girl, very beautiful, attractive woman. He broke up with her and he said he's going to be abstinent because he wants to go to the next level in his business and career. So I think it's kind of smart because a lot of dudes that I hear sometimes they say that they, need sex to recharge. But, I like how he's going the other way with abstaining to really fine tune his vision for himself. So that's kind of cool. And maybe more people should follow that, men and women.
Yeah. I mean, from what I understand, Joe Smith's wife did that because he fell on hard times or whatever. And talking
Hmm.
about, man, but still, you want to embarrass your husband by doing something that the whole world going to eventually find out about?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
that was
And talking
horrible.
about he knew it. And she's claiming that he knew that she was an OnlyFans model. I tell any man, do not marry a chick if you know she's into that kind of business. Deal with her if you want to, but when you start committing to these kind of women, that's when I'm gonna have a problem. I'm not gonna tell any man, well, to don't use her for recreation, like sexual recreational purposes, because that's kind of how she's portraying herself. But she is not portraying herself as someone that's to be taken seriously as far as relationships are concerned. I tell any man, never get into a relationship with somebody like that.
Right. Yeah, but you know what? It's it's the mentally weak part because, like, he was physically attracted to her. Like, he was weak for her body. Like, maybe back then she was in her prime, everything was in the right place, right? And he was a sucker for it. And usually you tolerate certain things for what you want or what you think you want, and you just bypass all the red flags, and then usually what you overlooked in the beginning will pop up at some point, and you'll be like, wow, what did I do? What did I get into? Like you said.
Yeah, exactly. but but that little banner is just it's just a basis of women and their delusion, the delusional woman's desired lifestyle, physically strong but mentally weak.
I agree. But
Um,
it's
go
been
ahead, go
kind of fun
ahead.
time. we may be delusional. I just wish it's so hard. It's so hard to like sound the alarm and let people know like you're in this delusion. I love Kevin Samuels. At first, I really didn't understand what he was talking about, and it did like off put me. I'm like, what is he talking about? But then the more I listen, I'm like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, that's right. And so it's hard because we don't have anybody, or we don't have a lot of men, or it seemed like it's just gotten a little bit quieter. That voice of the men, that guy standing on the delusional woman, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't attacking women, he was attacking the delusion they kept of keeping, because it just doesn't work, because it puts you in the driver's seat, it puts you on a pedestal, and you're kind of making the good guy, the average man, um act like he just doesn't exist. And you have delusion for this fictitious man that you're striving for, that only he says 10% exists. How do you even qualify? You don't, because we're fat, we have attitudes, we we're selfish, we're entitled. As you said in this chart, we're delusional. We want mentally weak men. That's no way to respect a man, or to bring anything to the table when you think it's all about you. No, a relationship at the table is a negotiation between two people, and moving forward in that negotiation, in that part, not necessarily part in that relationship, and it should be equal, that equal attributes and characteristics that each brings. That's success, not it being just about you and on a pedestal. No, that's not cool.
Mm-mm, no, it isn't. Like I said, go for what you qualify for.
Right.
And okay, here's a little short I want to show you. Let me know what you think of this. Fair use, fair use.
37,000 is what the median income for a male in this country was. You'd be happily married to him and submit to him for a lifetime?
If he's married to me, that's gonna change. So
No. I said if he's just an average man. See, y'all all think they have the power of Thanos to make be not what it is. I said if a man was just an average earning man. See, the fact that you can't even.
It's the pause that tells you everything. Women don't settle. They wait at the finish line for winners. And unfortunately, women that do that never get the loyalty that they always crave from men. The smart women go right before the finish line and pick winners that are on their way, and they'll get some semblance of loyalty. But for the rest that wait for winners only, enjoy the life of getting passed around. That's your fate.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she wants a man to be loyal. She wants a man with all this money and whatever, but she ain't gonna be faithful to him or loyal to him. And like the man said, a woman should be a woman rather meet you at the finish line. Get with you when you finally got yourself in order, instead of just trying to build something with you.
Yes. And it just means so much more to that man, or that relationship. I was in a conversation earlier. It's like these men that build themselves up. It's like, okay, two scenarios. He has a woman that was with him as he built along the way. Like you said, he will be more loyal to her because he knows she loves him for him and not the money. As opposed to, like you said, at the finish line, the man has built himself up, and he sees a young woman, he dates her, and he will always have to wonder, does she love me for me? She see me for me, or she only with me for the money? So it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that we can't see vision or have the capacity to build with a man is really sad. I see a lot of other people, they multitask, they build with their guy, they're there, they're helping, they're in the business, they're seeking ways to help him out and, it to grow his thing, and it usually becomes successful, and he always gives praise to his wife. You always see it. Like, I would like to thank my wife for always being there supporting. Like, he's gonna praise you. But those, I admire those women because they do put in the work, and we're so entitled and in our delusion, and that think that the man is supposed to do everything and we don't have to do anything but bring our box, as they say. That's not fair. And when you get passed over, that's the bed you laid. So lay in it. You don't get that guy. You get overlooked, as the guy said.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the whole point. Now, can you hold on for a brief minute? I'll be right back.
Of course.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, now here's all right. Now, oh yeah, you said something happened with you and your ex-husband. Well, you have to share if you don't want to, but I'm a little curious about that. What happened exactly?
What do you mean?
Like, you said something about how you did your ex-husband or something. What?
No, I was basically saying, like, I noticed that he wasn't mentally strong in certain areas. That's what I was saying. But I said I wasn't using him for money or things like that. But I know that I picked him because he had the physical, like, aspect. Like, I picked him, like, superficially. You know what I'm saying? And then I noticed, I said, wow, he's really not strong in these areas. So not calling him mentally weak. I just attributed that he didn't learn certain masculine characters because his dad wasn't there. So I noticed that he wasn't strong in certain areas as a man. That's all I'm saying. Like
Okay, I see.
decision
I see.
making and, certain things like that. That's like kind of detrimental as a, in leadership type of thing.
So you feel like you had to make all the decisions or most of the decisions?
Um, no, it was like a slippery slope. It was like I listen and I'm like, okay, go ahead, if you feel that that's right. And then it really didn't turn out right. It didn't turn out right. And so, but, until it corrected itself, then another situation called, well, I want to do this. And I'm like, so like in my head, I'm like, okay, last time that's going on in my head, like, well, last time that really, schedules got messed up and such and such. And so, but then I would say, are you sure? I would always say that because I never wanted somebody to blame me to say, like, you never let me do anything. You never do it. Like, I didn't want that. But I would say, go ahead. And some things just did not work out. And I'm just like, oh God. So in some sense, I then I started speaking up more and inserting myself. And sometimes that can be perceived as emasculating a man. So I felt like, I did it because I was kind of like fearful or unsure of his judgment. And so in some ways I can see, to him if that was emasculating and that probably wasn't right on my part. I guess.
Oh, okay, I see.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why I believe families should build together. I mean, don't get me wrong; he should be a better decision maker than that. But still, whatever he's weak in, maybe you should be strong in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like let him
it
do all the
definitely
man
should.
stuff.
Yeah, I just we weren't established, so it was kind of like we just had nothing, and that wasn't good, you know. And other people around us should have said, "Well, you got," or maybe this isn't good, or maybe you should wait. You know, it wasn't any of like that. It was just like, "Oh, those guys are in love," and sometimes, you know, family too, they don't pull you back and say, "Hey, maybe you should wait," or till things, you know, get a little bit more concrete. And it was definitely a fight uphill, but you know, it was what it was. I made my choice and that's what it was. So I just had to deal with it.
Okay, I see. Well, I wish things had worked out.
Yeah, me too. I tried.
Was that your first time getting married? Did y'all have kids together?
Yeah, it was my first time and we had 3 children together. Yeah.
Oh man, but he's at least getting joint custody of the kids, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good. Well, that's good to know because at least because I believe these kids gonna need a father in their lives. That's the wrong with
Always.
the world now. We don't have enough fathers to, I mean, good father, not the deadbeat ones out here making babies all over the place. I mean, the good fathers that try to do the right thing by themselves, by the woman, and by their kids.
Right.
We need more of those, you know.
We do. I mean, I know some things don't work out, but at least you can, as adults, try to be cordial, even though like sometimes your ego is there and you don't want to see the person or they may aggravate you. Like, but you still have a responsibility. Like now, if you didn't have no children, obviously just go your separate ways. But when you do bring life into the world, that's it's not about you guys anymore. You have to like find the strength within yourself to kill that ego and raise the children and give them what they need to be as normal as possible in that situation.
I see. Good to know. Oh yeah, shout out to Cole, unpredictable, always at your pentacle. Nice of you to join us. A shout out to Corey LRs. Well, nice of you to join in. Anybody want to come up and speak on this? The link is right here in the description. Feel free to come up. But I have another video to show you.
Mhm.
Okay, this one, and shout out to Taylor Moore for this one. She gives some good insights. Take a look at this one.
That's just like a turn off to me is when they hit you up too much, you know what I'm saying?
Because then you don't want them.
Yeah.
Wow. When you really think about it, I think this generation is doomed, especially the women. Like, when you really think about the stuff that they say, why would it bother you for somebody to be contacting you, hitting you up, texting you? You know what I mean? But really think about this. It gives me that vibe of, oh, he's too nice. I don't get that. Too nice. Would you want to be treated like crap? I'm just starting to think that a lot of women in this world don't think that they're deserving of love or don't have the emotional capacity or the emotional maturity to withstand a relationship. Let's just be real here. Because why would you want somebody not to hit you up? Me personally, I would love somebody to hit me up 3-4 times a day, however amount they want to hit me up. As long as they hit me up, I'd be grateful for that because I personally do not like nonchalant people. I will easily be turned off and I do not like that. I'm a grown-ass adult. Communication is key for me. And a great communicator needs another great communicator or it's not going to work. So if you think you're going to do that nonchalant with me, peace.
So what do you think of that? Getting turned off because a guy hit you up? Isn't that what we're supposed to do to make the first move on a woman?
Yeah. That's what they want to do. Like, back in the day, we used to drop our hanky, give a signal, and the guy picks it up and respond, "Hey, madam," or, do those awesome gestures, chivalrous things. And, like they say, let the man kind of hunt for you, a little bit because a man loves to hunt. But we don't make it fun anymore. We make it um, a headache. We're not kind. We're not nice women anymore. We're not sweet and soft. It's to the point where the men, or I heard lots of complaints that the men the men aren't approaching me anymore. They're not approaching us, and they'll go out and get glitz and glammed up. But the dudes, they're not approaching women because they're just so mean. As you can see, like, don't hit me up or whatever. You already don't even have a smile on your face. So it's like hey, it's weird. It really is. Like she said, it's like we need communication. Um, not playing so many of the games that we do, you know, and missing out on a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought I was the only person who noticed that. But I noticed a lot of men don't approach women in open spaces like they did back in the day either. Because we live in a what they call it, believe all women generation. If you say a man is harassing or stalking you, even though he didn't do much of anything wrong, he's still in trouble.
You know what? I noticed that I don't even hear men hollering from their cars anymore.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you're saying.
I said I don't even hear men hollering from their cars anymore. When I looked
You
at it,
know
I'm like,
what? I haven't done that in over 10 years.
yeah, like they're not even doing that. And they used to like see the girl, they're like, woo, hey mama. They don't even do that anymore. They'll drive slow, but ain't no man. They really have calmed down because of the Me Too, because of the if you say one word that he looked at me wrong, dude's whole career's over. Like that don't even make no daggone sense. But if a guy says, well, this lady's been doing this to me, oh sir, we don't believe you. But like what? Some women they get away with murder, and the society has formulated that way, and it's really bad.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, and people may think, well, this is just a workplace. Well, no, it's not. I mean, to a degree, I understand you shouldn't get too involved with people at your job. I mean, keep it a professional, on the job friendship. Don't try to have relationships. But this is happening not only at work. It's happening at school. It's happening damn near everywhere now. Now you can't go anywhere without some woman may falsely accuse you of harassment or stalking. Because back in the day, we didn't have this believe all women stuff messing it up. So you gonna either shoot your shot and get rejected, or you keep on moving. Don't try at all. Now we only have one option: don't try at all.
Exactly. And then the women get mad at that. You're like, but you said that he was messing with you or he's creepy. Like, are you serious? So how is he supposed to approach you? Like on eggshells? No, that's not masculine. Or how is he supposed to approach you? Like, okay, well
Mm.
now I'm the prize. Now approach me. But oh, he ain't the prize. Oh no way. That scenario could never be. It's like, well, it's so crazy. I mean, the delusion and the entitlement just got us all over the place, and it's driven by our behaviors. And the men are they're not going to engage with things that don't make sense. They're not going to engage with things that are illogical. If I risk losing something, I'm not going to mess with it.
Yeah. Hmm. I mean, that is kind of crazy. And people always want to say, oh, men just don't know how to take rejection. Men need to own up and just accept the fact that a woman doesn't find you attractive. That's not the issue. If you don't find me attractive, whatever. I don't care. If I'm not your type, whatever. I don't care. But the problem is when it goes beyond just simple rejection. Now you want to file false allegations. Now you want to defame me and make me look bad just because I tried to approach you, or maybe I said something you didn't like. That's when we have the problem. It goes beyond that.
Yeah, like just being evil. and resenting him and just want to make him hurt because you're hurt. Like that's not justice. That's just revenge, and that's evil. That's totally two different things.
Yeah, exactly. Well, shout out to Beautifully Animated. She said there's a difference between how you feel and what actually happens. Actually happening. Shout out to you, Beautifully Animated. That is true. What you feel and what actually happened are not the same thing. But you know, we're supposed to believe women's feelings over facts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Animated, you want to come up
It's
here,
hard for
you
the
can.
women that actually are going through certain things because of the ill behavior of the women that aren't acting right. So now all the good women get lumped into that, and it's harder for us to stand out in some aspects because those ill behaved people make it they just make it hard for us. Yeah, and you can only stand out by your actions and how feminine you are, how you are respectful, and just to be something that the man isn't used to seeing and experiencing, and create that experience for him and be genuine with it and actually, want to create a bond or a relationship with him. That's how you win. And the nice guys are going to finish last, and the nice girls are going to finish last, obviously, in this scenario.
Okay, I just came back in the house. My bad, y'all. And
You
night,
all
but I
over
quit
the
acting a
place.
fool. Okay, now what were you saying?
Uh-oh, now hit my old people button. I said, I said the bad, ill-behaved women are making it harder for the good women out here. And because of their bad experiences, like saying like all women. So it's harder for the good one to be seen. But actually, when it's up to us on our part, if we want to stand out, is to be, and to be that feminine woman, to be that respectful woman that appreciates a man, um, and that stands out. And that's the only way we are going to stand out because of, like I said, the bad women making it hard for us. And so that's why I push on my channel, like really get in your femininity and just stop all the delusion, be realistic, and get to know yourself first, because you have this big request and you see all these women, they appear like they're women but they're really not. Like, why don't you observe who you are, what you bring in value to as an asset to a man, and just showcase that and be genuine with it and be nice and be kind. And that's the only way it's going to separate us from those ill-behaved women. And I was saying, like, it seems like the nice guys and the nice girls are going to finish last in this type of scenario.
Okay, Beautifully Animated said those shits are disrespecting men and actual victims of stalking, harassment, and abuse. Exactly. So now
Right.
it makes it bad for not only the men, but y'all ladies as well. Now we can't approach y'all without the fear of being falsely accused of something. But not only that, people who are victims of stalking and harassment, like Animated just said, now they can't even come out and tell their little story. What if
Yes,
somebody attack y'all in the
exactly.
streets one day? What if somebody attack either one of y'all ladies? Then what's gonna happen? Nobody's gonna believe you because of all these false allegations popping up, and it could
Mm-hmm.
be a true story.
Right. And also they're not gonna stand up. Usually guys will be like, hey, get away from her. They're gonna be like, I'm looking the other way and I'm not gonna help because even for instance, like the girl, Britgate, she, had her face all swollen up, but she falsified and she made that whole fictitious story up just to bring down men. She likes women.
Wow.
I'm like, this is crazy. And it's just amazing how far some people will actually go to create this narrative to just destroy masculinity, manhood, respect for men, in order to be viral, to make a moment, to get on camera, because we're gonna believe it because we know women are weak. We know women need protection. So it's naturally to think that, oh, she's telling the truth, but she wasn't. Come to find out, and she took $40,000 from people. We supported her.
Did she to get
Sad
that
that
money
I
back?
didn't support her, but hey.
I mean,
Say
did she have to, I thought she had to get that money back. They say, wait, go fund me. You don't reach your goal, you got to refund that money. That's what I was told anyway.
again. I hope she did.
Yeah, we're talking about the brick face lady.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah. And here's another example. What about over the summer when Carly Russell went missing?
Oh my Lord. I don't know what was wrong with people in 2023. Like,
Yeah. Think back to that.
woo.
Here we thought this girl was kidnapped. Here we thought this woman was kidnapped and held hostage or whatever, but turns out it was all a hoax. There was no kidnapping. There was no child on the expressway. She just instead went off the grid for a couple of days to get back at her cheating boyfriend.
Oh my
So yeah, how you
God.
think we found that was all a hoax?
Oh, I hope she's in jail. I know they said that they want to prosecute her, but yeah, women have to start being like, you know how you use deterrence. We're gonna put speed bumps in the road because people are just flying too fast down the street. We have to start doing some type of deterrent because like female behavior has gotten out of control, and I don't know how they'll curb it because they open up the can of worms, and it's like they gave certain rights and incentives and like taking things back, even with the Roe versus Wade, even when they took that, but they took to the streets. Like they're gonna fight because I don't know. I don't know how we're gonna like change. Yeah.
Yeah. It starts with the ladies. They started all this nonsense. Yes. So you want us men to help, you got to follow suit and follow our lead.
Right.
What's up,
What's up,
y'all?
beautifully animated? How are
Not
you?
much. I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good. It's been so long since I've been on a panel with Beautifully Animated.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is our second
H&M,
time.
your picture thing is blank. You know that?
I do now. Give me a
Oh.
minute. But anyway, well, I'll take care of that. What's your take on this whole thing? Do you think modern women are delusional today? Yes, no, maybe.
They're sick in the head. I mean, I don't know anything past they're sick in the head to be so. They're violent. They make up lies and just that comes from a sick person to do that mess. And Brickface, she didn't get that money back. She got online and laughed at everybody's faces, talking about I played y'all or something like that, to that effect, whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I knew that she took money up, and I was like, really? This girl got money for what? And now that you're saying that, I'm just like, oh.
But they were stupid. Everybody who
Right.
gave her money was stupid because the thing is, before that video popped up, she had a video of her slapping this white man.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
I did see that.
they said that was a skit. I don't give a damn whether it's a skit or real life. You see, I'm so tired of seeing these females being so violent to these guys, whatever, and the guys taking the shit. Like, do you really have such a problem where you can't be alone? You have to be in this relationship. Something wrong with you.
Right.
Like I just don't believe in physical altercations and stuff like that. I'm damn sure not going to be dealing with it in my relationship and stuff. No.
Right. I don't think any woman should suffer under abuse because your life could be at risk. A man is stronger than us. And if you have the opportunity to get out, I think that's more safe of an option. But even out here on with random men on the streets, just stepping toe to toe with them, as we remembered in 2023, where the mom stepped toe to toe with that guy in the restaurant, and she was like, "Come on, bring it, bring it, bring it," and she brought her, her son into the situation, and what he did to that young man, and sometimes we just don't know when to be quiet, or we think we have the strength to muscle up with a man, and we don't, because men, they're going to match that energy. I wouldn't even do it.
That kid should never have been put in that position.
Right.
That was ridiculous. I still, everybody was like, well, he had to protect his mom and all that stuff and this, that, and the other and stuff like that. Why wasn't she carrying the gun?
Right.
I wouldn't. I just, everybody was saying, was looking at the boy and was like, hey, he looked like he's been training and been, practicing with his guns and he's comfortable with it. Yeah, but I'm not going to put blood on my kid's hands if I can avoid it.
Yeah, it was her delusion that put him in that situation. You thought you can mess up to a man and be like, well, I'm sorry. That's just as easy to say as I'm sorry, you can go ahead. I don't want no trouble. Or if you can see it's escalating and you have no control of the situation, there's
Yeah.
no wrong way. Like, it's not wrong to pardon yourself or to make yourself, like, okay, I'm gone, or I'll just go somewhere else or something like that. And then nobody could have, got in trouble, or Deuce could have still been alive.
Well, no, because he kept at her. She was just explaining the fact that she already put her food in and they messed up the order or whatever. He just kept on at her. So he was foolish in the mind too, because he's supposed to be in some kind of gang and stuff like that. He's one of the leaders of a gang, and I don't give a damn. If that's how you feel about it, that's your delusion to be thinking that nothing's going to happen to you just because you're in a gang.
Yeah.
Being in a gang does not give you the right to be disrespectful and stupid. And if somebody feels threatened, they will shoot you.
Right. And that's the thing. I notice a lot of people, when they get violent in public like that, usually they got some sort of backup or some means of, getting out the situation. Like if someone stepped to you ready to fight, best believe she got some thugs around the corner ready to jump you first chance you get it, first chance you try to retaliate. So that stuff scares me more than anything. You want to act reckless in a solo situation like that by yourself? What are you up to?
Yeah. Yeah. But,
and by the way, I think you get in more trouble being part of a gang than you do being out of it.
Yeah, but it's just not something you can rely on to keep you from getting shot. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Right. Especially if you're in that kind of environment and women aren't necessarily have a guide, and then they're like, you know what, I'm going down to the range and I'm gonna learn some skills too. And that's what a lot of women have done, because they don't necessarily have men. They learn how to protect themselves. So
And
you never know.
I understand her side trying to explain things to him, but at some point you just gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? When you see that they're not understanding what you're putting down, it's just best to leave them alone. They're not going to get it.
Mr. Hustle and Muscular.
Yes. Wife School Podcast.
Yes. I honestly think not we, but a majority of women, or most women, may not wake up from the delusion, only because I read a lot and I'm kind of nosy and I want to know what's going on. I do
Mm-hmm.
investments and stuff like that. So it's like you can't help but to overlook articles that are intending that by certain dates, statistically, like they're observing us, that
Mm-hmm.
women, 45% or more women are going to be single by the year 2030. It's already 2024. This is only 6 years away, and I'm like, wow, like people are really putting the energy to study women based on their behaviors and patterns. That's what you do with statistics. And they're investing in dog food stocks and cat animal stocks because we're going to be alone. So it's really interesting that they don't take the time
Wow.
to really count the cost of their actions and behaviors because other
Mm-hmm.
people are counting the cost, but you're not, and you're going to be the one that's the what do you call it, the victim, and they're going to be benefiting off of that.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I'm surprised. At this point, I don't see pet shops going out of business.
Right.
Well, it's pet shops. Yeah. I don't see shelters going out of business. I'll say that. These pet shops and stuff like that. They run a risk of being shut down, depending on where they're getting their animals from and the conditions that the animals were bred
Mm-hmm.
at and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I still see videos of dog meals and puppy meals, whatever, and all this craziness. So I mean, I don't know. I think I want to say that majority of people get their dogs, their pets from shelters because of the puppy meals and things of that nature. I might have to
Yeah.
look it up.
Yeah, is that a fact?
So I know I'm not buying nothing from, you know, from no breeder or whatever because I'm not putting in the energy to find out who's real and who's not, who's legit and who's illegal. Because anybody can put on the front, like these females.
Yes.
Wow.
But other
Leave
part of
it
the
to,
problem, huh?
I said, leave it to you to make us laugh. You be killing us.
But a lot of these females and stuff like that, they're delusional in the sense that they don't see nothing wrong with themselves, and that's part of the reason why they're single. If you don't fix the problems with you, and these guys don't want to deal with your problems, with your shit, then you're gonna continue to be single. So yeah, stock up on that dog food and the cat food, and
Yeah. And like I said earlier, put all the blame on us men. We men got to get better. I literally had a guy say, if you want women to choose better, men got to do better. Well, we can do better all we want to, but if y'all ladies ain't going to do better for yourselves, what good is that? The improvement got to go both ways.
right.
Right.
I mean, I've always said that guys would stop wearing them baggy pants if ladies would stop, females would stop fucking them.
Yeah.
Same
Could be.
for the guys. If they see something that the women that they don't like about certain women and stuff like that, then stop dealing with them.
Right.
And eventually,
Validating them. Yeah.
right? Eventually, they'll stop because they see that it doesn't work.
I mean,
But
seriously,
don't nobody want to do that.
I mean, when I was younger, I'm gonna say mid-university day, I got more attention from women wearing baggy pants than I did my regular church clothes. So what does that tell you?
Okay.
Well,
So
we want
the thing
fun and the
is,
thug.
The thing is, with the because I've heard this question plenty of times. Why did women or do women pick the thug? Because in the movies, it's the thug who's looked at as the alpha, has the strong, because he's always fighting. And so if these females don't know that any man can be masculine, they're going to just go after thugs.
Right.
I guess they don't see accountants as in nice suits as masculine.
Right, and they don't know his story. He could be a former. He could be a former thug.
Exactly.
Because
and the thing is, like,
do better.
It's how Hustle was saying before. It's the physical attributes and the, oh my goodness, the man piece downstairs, and those guys usually fit
the joystick,
that description. They're tough. They're known for slinging, that thing, and they'll overlook the good guy that actually is stable. He goes to work, and he may not necessarily look like that, or he may be 5'9" or 5'7", and he's a nice, cool, clean dude. He handles his business, and we're like, oh, that's boring.
Yeah.
And the young women, they'll say like, I'd rather choose the bad boy. I want the dope dealer. I'm like, what is your problem?
But then they complain about how he acts, and he's always on video games and
borrowing my car.
What did you expect? You ain't got a 9 to 5. What you expect?
Right, exactly.
It's like they expect so much out of men, but little to nothing out of themselves. So why I gotta be on my game while y'all ladies can just fall off and still be valued in society? Seriously?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, granted, no grown man has any business selling drugs, let alone playing video games all day with nothing productive to do. But if y'all ladies get with men like that, just know what the hell you're getting yourselves into. Just know that you can't change him. He got to change for his damn self.
Oh, right. But that's another thing. So many females think they can change a person. No.
Ooh,
I could have told you that.
Say that one.
I know
I did that a few times.
It's like he didn't change for the other person, but he'll change for me.
I've heard that before. He'll do right by me because I'm that one female he likes.
Right. He loves me.
He cheated on you, but he ain't gonna cheat on me.
Right.
I was watching. I was just scrolling through YouTube, and I started watching This Might Get Risky, or This Is Risky, or something like that, podcast channel, and there's this lady on there called Love, and basically, I guess she started seeing or liking a guy, or this dark skinned dude, but another content creator called Corey, he reviewed her body language. So basically, in a previous show, this guy, this dark guy that she started having interest in, he literally said, I have 3 children with 3 different baby mama, and he said out of his mouth, he said, I'm toxic. But yet, she, in a later show of that channel, he drops down, like, say we're on a panel, so Hustle, and I'll say if we're on video, so it would be like Hustle would drop down. I'm like, where'd he go? He literally showed up in her video, so that let everybody know that he is in there. I'm like, oh my God.
Wait, what happened again?
Okay. There was a show, and I guess there was this guy on there. He was into the host introduced him like, hey, Love, this is the guy. Ain't he handsome? She was like, yeah, he is handsome. But the guy said, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I kind of have 3 children by 3 different women, and I'm toxic. And then fast forward, and she kind of cringed when he had said those things. But fast forward, when they were doing the panel like we were doing, but they're all on video, all cammed up. So the guy, dark skinned dude, is in one of the boxes, and so he cams down. But later on, like a good 10 or 15 minutes later on, he shows up in her video box. And so he left his house and pulled up on her and sat down, and like they were together. But knowingly, he said he's toxic, and he has 3 different babies with 3 different baby mothers. So the guy's show, he was reviewing this. He said why women choose the wrong men and why they ignore exactly what they state out of their mouths.
Yeah.
And I said that is so good, and I had to give him a hand clap for that when I said your show was excellent, because it is so true. Like he said, I think we should start telling women. It seems like when we tell them that we don't like something, they do the exact opposite. So maybe we should tell them to be submissive, to not be submissive, and then maybe they'll be submissive. Like just tell them the opposite. Tell them the opposite, and then
playing the opposite game.
It's so funny.
Wow.
I said that's kind of smart though.
Right.
You guys should try it.
Yeah, I mean, they say pay attention to people. People will show you how they, show you the real them and stuff like that. And he didn't even show it. He told it.
Told it for everybody. I was like, okay. And if I wouldn't have seen that show and how he reviewed it, I would have never known. I just would have thought that, oh, she's with this nice chocolate dude. But no, dude said he a whole red flag.
Right. Wow.
But we'll see. We'll see.
And what's the name of the show?
I wish I could have my daggone phone. I believe it's called This. Oh, see, I don't want to speculate. I think it's This. I'm not sure. No, just give me a minute. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to, do it wrong. I want to be able for you to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Anime Nat, you're here. Take a look at this banner. Let me know what you think of it. Can you see it?
Yeah, I'm reading it.
The delusional woman's desired lifestyle. The desired life.
Yeah, I like it. Wow. Madman. Mentally weak. Sucker man. Wow. You know what's in them bags though, right?
Of course.
BBLs and
that's not quite what I was getting at.
The channel is called This Might Be Risky.
Okay.
With DJ Hamp. Yeah.
Anime, that's not quite what I was getting at, but
gotcha.
Of course, well, shit, I ain't gonna lie. Old girl on the left is way thicker than the one on the right with all the bags.
Huh?
Old girl on the left, she got way more ass than that chick on the right.
Yeah, but look at them thighs. That ass ain't hers.
Could be.
No, that ass is not hers. When you have an ant booty, that's
what it's called. An ant booty.
I never heard of it like that.
I used to wonder about that.
Oh my
goodness.
I don't want to laugh. I laugh too crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. So funny.
Oh my
You got it. She said an ant booty. That's new. Oh boy.
Ant life.
And-
Bug's life. What is it?
right. Bug's life.
Oh my god.
But I mean, what do you expect with that small waist and that big old booty and them little big thighs? Like no, no. Just
Right. Oh my god, that was.
there's no
freaking
lead
hilarious.
up to the booty. It's just falls off.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that ain't gonna stop it. That ain't gonna stop you from clapping them cheeks. May not stop you from trying.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful because you might get clapped.
Oh, my. I never dealt with a chick with a BBL, so I wouldn't know. But then again, maybe I did, but didn't know it. I don't know.
I think body modification is fine when it looks like natural or something needs to be reduced because of pain or you worked out so much and you lost all this weight but you have all this hanging skin and you want to fix it. I think those are
well, that's just quality of life to me. That's not even cosmetic to me. That's the quality of life as far as the extra skin. Mm-hmm.
But I was pointing out how Latino women, it's like big in their culture, like big, and they think we get BBLs a lot, but I mean, we already have butts sometimes, but we just keep going. I don't know why. But the Latino community, they're big on definitely surgical procedures. And but I think it kind of looks good on them because they're not overweight so much. And so when they do get toned and, just a little bit there, it looks a little bit more acceptable. I won't say natural, but maybe like, acceptable. But like Black women, like you said, an ant booty, that's crazy.
I saw my first one in person at Starbucks like last year, like in the November or something like.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, that don't look real.
No, it don't. How can you tell it's real or fake? How can you tell? Does it jiggle? Does it move at all? What?
I know, because I didn't even see her walking. Like I saw by the time I looked up, she was already at the counter. It was just sticking out, just
it has
looking like
shapes.
was it uppercase P backwards, whatever.
Because
she
said
got
it looked like a tooth.
Look like a tooth
because it's round in the back, round on the sides. It looks crazy.
Oh, that.
But when you don't take care of the thighs to match, to gradually go up to the booty and stuff like that, I mean, it's gonna look fake.
Right.
Could be.
It's like you weren't even smart about this because you already know what a curvy body looks like, and you purposely did not do it.
Right. I think women, when they get these things, they're not really invested in their bodies. They want the job done, but for the cheapest price. Because I don't think Black women really invest in in a lot of things. If they did invest in their health, they'll be in the gym or things like that. But they don't, so they really want the quick route, and sometimes they want the cheapest option, so they'll fly all the way across the world to get it done for cheap. But it's really not that good of a job, and so like if 10 or 20 people go into the same botched people, they're all going to look the same, and it's going to look bad.
Yeah. The thing is, it's a surgery. It's surgery.
Right.
You should not be cheap with surgery, period.
Right.
And then
that's a good point.
Not cosmetic. This highly risky plastic surgery, and then is extra highly risky when you're doing BBL. That's one of the most dangerous surgeries out here, and good doctors will not do it. The risk is too high.
Right.
It is.
And that's where
and they still
men
dying.
like huscular. Oh my god, I'm putting both words together.
Hustler and muscular. Just call me H&M, okay?
Huscular. Oh my god, I'm making a
Hustler and muscular, also known as H&M.
I will do that. This the H&M. This is
Mhm.
where he comes in, and when he amplifies the benefits of physical fitness, it takes time to build your body that you want. It's not the matter of
Right.
manipulating the fat. I mean, like on lipo, but actually using nutrition to help you to get to a nice natural body, to bring your back down, unbig your back, bring your tummy down so that your butt may appear larger. Now you had the unactivated glutes, and he's going to help you activate those glutes, and like you'll be able to generate a lifestyle that's not only going to make you look good, it's like, and it's going to help you with your aging. Now we think we're going to get all this liposuction, just focus on the butt, but you're still unhealthy. You're still going out eat all this seafood oil, like you're not healthy. Like you're not building a healthy body. It's not going to last long when you do the shortcut.
Well,
And
they
this is
know
why
it's not
we.
gonna last long. That's why they don't be exercising, and they welcome the weight on their waist because they're gonna just keep on putting it in their butt.
Oh God.
Wow. I mean, that is kind of risky. I had my leg operated on years ago, but that was just surgery. Surgery it does not involve you having your body enhanced. It's like having something done to either fix it or to hide it. I don't know.
Right.
And oh my goodness, they're either dying or they're catching this flesh-eating disease and becoming mutilated.
Necrosis. The flesh
Right.
dying, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you could have avoided this by either not getting the surgery or going to actual doctors who can do the surgery.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these people that are getting this cosmetic surgery from are not even cosmetic doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're dentists. A dentist. How you go from teeth to the body?
See, looking like a tooth.
Yeah, how does that work? That's like getting that's like me getting surgery from a butcher. What the hell?
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I bet you a butcher can do a better job. I bet you a butcher can do a better job.
Be told no. You know what I'm saying? You can go to that person and they're like saying, like, okay, Stephanie, you're not a good candidate for this. And I think you should go back, lose 20 pounds, come back, and we'll talk about it. Well, I ain't gonna go. I'm getting a second opinion. Let me go all the way to DR because I know they ain't gonna shut me down. Oh, no problem. Just come on. We're at the dentist. We doing a special boob and butts. And they'll be like, yeah. So they go against their people that have their best interest at heart because they want to satisfy the vanity and the ego.
It's
for the
something
validation.
Because it's something so bad that this doctor would not do it. Done his he can't even refer you to a colleague because they won't do it.
Right.
They just take the L.
Right.
And they don't even think about their families.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Depending on where they have their surgeries at and they die, the family's got to fight for their body because most of the time they go by themselves too, trying to be sneaky.
Yeah. Even TC, that comedian, his girlfriend was really beautiful. They had like 3 or so children together.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept being adamant to him, like, I want this BBL. And she tell her friends, they're like, girl, you look good the way you are. Like, you look good. Like, you got your man, he's with you. You got your children. But she was just adamant. And, sometimes men there say, well, if that makes you happy, then go ahead and do it. So unexpectedly thinking that it would be a success, she died. She died from having the BBL surgery. Beautiful girl that
Yep,
looks
that happens.
perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep, that does happen. Oh man,
Kids don't have a mom.
more than you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Now I got a video to show y'all real quick. It's gonna further seem with the topic, but before I do that, I got a simple message for everybody out there listening.
Like, comment, and subscribe because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
Yes.
I'm scared now.
You like that one?
Yep, that was going. That was going.
Hold on. All right, this says delusion. 8 reasons why ugly women think this.
Oh.
Ugly women. Wow, I gotta hear this. And shout out to Wheat Waffles for this video. Let's hear what he has to say. This ties into women being delusional. Let's hear what this man has to say. All right, fair use, fair use.
I'd rather a 10. And you don't understand. Well, I'm a 10. I go to school, I go to work, and I have a great personality, and I'm...
She's a 10.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Oh my. All right, let's get into this. Fair use, fair use.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Nowadays, it seems that all women, regardless of their own attractiveness, is walking around thinking they're a perfect 10 out of 10. All forms of modesty and simple common sense have gone straight out the window. And it seems all women are walking around with a chip on their shoulder thinking they're God's gift to mankind.
Oh.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Can't. No, you can't. Let's continue. Fair use.
Well, guys, in this video, I'm going to be outlining the 8 reasons, yeah, you heard that right, 8 reasons,
8,
for why the rate of attractiveness inflation is going through the roof, or in simple words, why every woman now thinks in 2021 she's a perfect 10.
Wait,
in other words, 8 reasons why they're delusional.
I'm going to make one guess. One of them is because she can twerk.
She can what?
Twerk.
Could be. Anybody? Can any female twerk nowadays?
Nah.
They got the babies twerking now.
I guess not. Yeah. In other words, AKA 8 reasons why women are delusional today. Let's get into this.
Number 1, and this should be by far the biggest reason, simping.
Yep. The beta male simps are just making the problem worse.
Right. Right.
All right. Fair use.
Now, the thing with simping is that a lot of people mistake for it only going in one direction. They think it only goes from the bottom up. It's the low-value men at the bottom who are bombarding the women at the top with endless amounts of free attention, validation, and God forbid, money by paying for things like OnlyFans.
Oh my. So you got these average to below average looking dudes paying attention to those 8, 9s, and 10s up there. So yeah, that's what's causing this. If you're a beautiful woman, you can get any man. Yeah, that's gonna cause you to feel a little delusional.
Yeah.
I
look good and I'm still single.
So what?
I said I look good and I'm still single.
We can be attractive, but I think boasting about it, that's just another level of like,
yeah,
that's crazy. Like, nah, like, okay, I probably am a 10 to somebody, but doesn't mean it's a general 10. Like, no.
When that mouth is ugly, so are you.
Yeah, ugly mouth is ugly everything else.
Right. I mean, one of the beauties about people is when they are humble, the humility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's see what else he has to say. Fair use.
But in reality, all women across the board of attractiveness have an endless selection of simps to provide these things. Because what ends up happening is the simps start by throwing attention, money, and validation at the most attractive women, but when they don't get anything in return, they have no choice but to move down to the next level, and then the next level, and the next, and the next.
So in other words, it's just trial and error from hottest to not so hottest. I don't know.
So it's a reverse pyramid. Instead of going up the pyramid, they're going down.
I know guys who've done that before. They start with the hottest girl in the school on campus. That don't work, so they start going for the least hottest girl on campus and hope something work with that. That happens.
But at least that's not being delusional. Like maybe you did shoot your shot at somebody beautiful that everybody wants a 10. You know what I'm saying? But if she doesn't validate you, you have no choice but to move on to the next one. Us as women, it's reversed. We get rejected by the dude that's out of our league that we don't qualify for. We still trying to not settle and go down to the next dude. We still want to go and shoot for the moon.
Yeah, that's true. Even if you do date down in terms of the looks, you're doing it because you're settled. You finally got something to make up for it.
Yeah, a good guy.
Mm-hmm. Guys like this guy with the glasses on, you'll probably settle for him, or the guy up top here, you'll probably settle for him or him because hey, these guys up here rejected you. These 8s up here rejected you. This 7.5 dude rejected you. So yeah.
Man.
All right. Anyways, fair use.
So it's just this endless cycle of simps undercutting other simps, and whoever undercuts and simps the most supposedly wins in the end. Yeah, that last bit's important. Supposedly. Because what happens next is all the low-value women at the bottom who now have a fresh crate of simps.
Oh my God.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Hey, there I go. I need a soundboard. Shoot.
The price ain't right. The price ain't right.
Just give us some eyebrows. My goodness. The nice lipstick would be cool.
Now, who would want to? I mean, I ain't trying to sound harsh, but who would want to go for her? Let's see what they have to say.
To choose from have this backwards rationalization. Well, this is interesting. I'm getting all of this validation. Therefore, this must mean I am special. Therefore, I must also be highly attractive. So the final piece of the puzzle, and also why simping never works, is all of the women at the bottom who have been senselessly simped over have now had their egos inflated beyond return. And all that's been left is the guys at the bottom have now lost a ridiculous amount of their own time, energy, and resources. And
then there you go. By inflating the egos of these average to below average looking women, now they think they're hot commodities. So that leaves these average to below average looking men with nothing to really work with.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So now average just like myself don't have much of anything to choose from because now everybody's a perfect 10. While we men, we have to stay within our own lanes.
Man.
I consider myself at least a 6 out of 10 in terms of good looks. I guess I'm gonna stay in that range. Yeah.
Well, what do I claim? I claim a good 3. Yeah.
A 3.
Yeah.
Girl.
I say my characteristics are a good 8 and 9, but as far as my physical attributes, I still got to work on that. So I'm gonna give myself a decent score of a 3 because I'm not where I want to be. I'm not kind of satisfied where I'm at, so I'm not gonna overvalue it. Instead of like build upon it to be a better version, and then I would give myself another fair reevaluation.
I mean, what about looks? I see your picture right here, but what would you rank yourself in looks?
3.
Oh God.
Because you got to take off the makeup and your skin may not be like, nice and flawless and all that stuff. I mean, I have to be real. Shoot, I don't think.
Well, I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the honesty, but
Be honest.
you could look beautiful without makeup.
I mean, I don't think so. But hey, I try to be as minimal as possible. Sometimes I mean, in the picture you see, I have alopecia, so I wear wigs because I don't like my head being bald. It's shaved and looks
Oh,
like I'm
okay.
beautifully animated. But that's not my preferred look. But people do like it more than the wig. So, but I'm not comfortable wearing it like that.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
plus,
do
it's
you.
cold up here in the north, so I need.
Oh, girl, you ain't lying. Wigs make the best hats.
Yes.
Unless it's hot outside, this is gonna make your scalp burn or sweat or whatever.
Right.
I'm just being honest. Usually, guys know that. They know that I like wigs and things like that, and they're okay with that because I'm just not. I don't be like I'm like all the time. I think if you be more honest and transparent and don't catfish as much, people they don't really have that much of a problem. They don't mind if you get dressed up sometimes and dressed down as long as they know the real you. Right?
Yeah.
Don't catfish at all.
Right.
But anyways, fair use.
All for nothing. Now, the last point I'm going to make on this before I move on to the next reason is this is exactly why I have zero sympathy for simps.
I can't.
Because the only impact that simps have on the dating market is inflating women's egos, which in turn messes up the system and spoils it for anyone else who actually had a chance. Anyway, now...
Yep, I tell any man, don't be out here simping for these women that you know are not all that. Again, just have some fun with them and keep on moving. Because once you start trying to do the most for them, they're gonna get their egos inflated, and they're gonna think they're all that. So yeah, I tell that to any man. So it ain't just the women that's at fault. I tell the men too. I gotta hold the brothers accountable for that kind of mess too. Stop being a simp for the wrong kind of. Stop being a simp. Period. Don't be. I've been there before, so I know. So hey. Anyways, fair use.
Moving on to point number 2 for why women overestimate their worth. Women equating their hookup options to their actual value.
Hold on. So in other words, you think hooking up with someone makes you valuable. You think just because you got multiple guys to hook up with, that makes you a hot commodity. No, hookup culture has really messed up our dating market. And that's another reason why women are so delusional today. Hookup culture has been spread to where it's the new world order of dating.
I mean, it's just a hole in the joystick. I mean, sometimes people are not looking at you as a whole. You're just sex. You gotta figure out which one are you dealing with.
Right.
Yep. Anyways, fair use.
Oh, because of the nature of the...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. This one content creator. Well, this guy on Instagram who says either mattress material or marriage material.
Yeah,
mattress or marriage. That's deep. That's a good one.
Facts.
Holy matrimony or holy mattress-mony.
Oh my goodness. Y'all gonna crack me up tonight.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but who came up with that, but that's deep right there.
That's on point. That's on point.
And I met so many who were the mattress material and less the marriage material. So I know.
Oh no.
And I'm not saying it because they weren't my type. I'm saying it because they were nobody's type.
Oh.
Think of it like this. Think of it like that. Have y'all ever had those people back in high school or college? We could look at it and just be like, well, you could look at one person and be like, yeah, she gonna make somebody happy. He gonna make somebody happy one day. Mm-hmm. But then you got the other friends, and you could be like, ain't nobody gonna take him or her seriously. Who want to marry his ass or marry her ass? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's always the latter for me. You're someone no man should ever want to be in a relationship with. You're nobody's type.
That's so horrible.
But it's true.
Yeah.
And you know, it's people take their themselves out of the game. You know what I'm saying? They really do.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And usually it be women whose looks range between I'm gonna say a 8 and I'm gonna say a 7 at least and a 10 at most.
You said what?
I said the women I'm talking about, their looks range between a 7 and a 10.
Okay. Yeah, looks ain't everything, you know what I'm saying? Especially
Yeah,
trying,
it ain't.
trying to live your whole life with this person.
Yeah, looks will fade from what I understand. I mean, we all gonna go on and fade away eventually.
Oh, not this family. We're strong. We got we got strong genes. Mm-mm.
Yeah, black don't crack.
It really doesn't.
I mean, I still look good at 39, so hey.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, fair use.
Dating market, just about every average woman, and in fact, even some below average women, have access to regular intimacy and hookups from the guys at the top.
We can thank social media for that.
Chat is shared between everyone. Now, what this means is the women in the middle end up thinking this. Well, I can hook up easily with Chad. However, Chad doesn't want to commit. Therefore, all I need to do is just find one that will commit.
Or you could just find a man that's not a Chad who's more likely going to commit to you. Ever thought about that?
Right.
But she still wants the Chad. Fair use.
So back to the dating market, all the average women end up wasting time chasing and trying to pin down the Chads, and they string along and friend zone all of the guys they're actually on the same level with.
Yeah, been there, done that, never again. I tell myself, if you're a woman and I like you, I find you attractive, I'm not putting myself in your damn friend zone. We could be acquaintances, but we ain't friends. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I kind of put the blame on men for that, because don't put yourself in nobody's friend zone if you know you like this woman. I've heard stories. I had a young lady tell me that, hey, it happened to her twice, once in high school, another one in college. They would pretend to be her friends, but they wanted to hook up with her.
Yeah.
So no, that's not the way to go. I tell any man not to do that. Don't ever do that. That's not going to work.
Right.
If I like you, I'm just going to keep my. If I like you, I'm putting myself in the neutral zone, so I'm sure where we stand. But anyways, fair use.
The ones who would have given an equal relationship. But instead, the women's attention is all focused on the top 10 to 15% of guys who they are able to hook up with, but not willing to give their commitment.
Yeah.
Women, just because you can hook up with someone doesn't mean you're on their level, and certainly doesn't mean you can get commitment from them either.
I could have told you that.
Moving on to point number 3.
Oh, look at this one.
Acceptance of unattractiveness. And this does not apply to men. It's almost exclusively for women. And this is mostly the result of...
Well, ladies, listen up.
feminism. Now, this idea in the last 10 years has pretty much stepped in and said all women, irrespective of their own attractiveness, are all deserving of a perfect 10.
Wow.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Ain't that like the all the kids who lost the game get trophies too?
Say what?
Right. You know that thing where no one gets left behind or whatever, where the kids, even the losing team, gets trophies and stuff.
Something like that. Yep.
Narrative.
Yep. Something like that.
Yeah.
But this is what they're pushing. I mean, look at her. Jesus Christ. So they want to remove all the rank. They want to rig the ranking system to where everybody is a 10, even her. Oh boy. That's why we're doing our delusional. We call it body positivity. No, this is body negativity at its worst.
Yeah,
it's making women delusional.
I definitely don't feel like positive about my body at the moment. Like I should be the one that's been like, feel positive, but I know when I don't feel comfortable, I am not gonna be like, oh yes, accept me. Like, no, I don't even accept me. Like I'm not gonna sit in some delusion and squeeze into clothes and think that I can wear this cutout backless
Yeah.
stuff and my rolls be hanging out. No, that's like not appropriate at all. And recently they have had the body positivity people and have had these really, obese influencers, and they have died trying to push this unhealthy bodies that is acceptable, but actually it's really not, because they're not with us anymore, and that just gives light to the delusion of that. Like yeah, you're big, but you're not healthy. You are one foot in the grave, whether you believe it or not, and they are.
But
So
part of the issue with that, with the big girls and stuff, is the fetish. They're basically fetish for these guys, and the guys don't care if they die. They want them to get bigger and bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
What's sexy about someone dying?
Nothing. Unless you're necrophilia or something.
Right.
Ooh. That's not right.
Like you're gonna push this person to die at go to an early grave because you like her big, and it's not like they want them to maintain a certain size. Most of them want them to get bigger.
Yeah,
very
like
few
don't change. Yeah,
right. Very few of these guys are like, hey, the weight cutoff is here. Don't do anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's very few guys who actually love and care for their girlfriends and wives, whatever, who are big.
Right.
Yeah,
most of them are selfish. Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear a story about a guy. The girl, she was really big and she didn't feel comfortable, and the guy told her, I know people have preferences, but if it's like not beneficial for my health, that's just a different thing.
Yeah.
I know that there are people that don't mind heavier women, and that's not a problem. And there's some but if it's like unhealthy, that's just another issue, and you should want me to be better and healthy. This guy was shaming his wife that she was losing weight, and she just couldn't understand it. And I would, you would feel some type of way too, like, wow, I'm doing a good thing for myself, but now you're changing, you're treating me bad, and like you hate me because I'm changing, and not celebrating that I'm actually getting better and healthy for myself. So that situation didn't work out because he didn't want her to change for the better.
Wow.
And
he's
some of these guys,
he's probably worried about other men coming on to her and she slimmed down.
Yeah.
No, I was about to say, some of these guys use the fat to be abusive. No one's gonna want you. Stick with me. You have no choice but to stay with me because I'm the only one who loves you. You never find someone else to love you and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah.
And if you got a man acting like that, that's a him problem. Seriously, no man should be using your body structure, or in some cases lack thereof, just to I don't know, keep a leash around your neck. That's not cool.
Yep.
That is never cool.
But if her confidence is low and she's not a strong-minded person, she's gonna sit there and take his shit.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's never cool. It's not cool for women to do that. It's not cool for men to do that.
Right.
But anyways, fair use. Let's see where this is going.
This belief system has tried to force down society's throat that all women of all shapes and sizes are all attractive in their own unique way. It is seen as grossly inappropriate to highlight the flaws in a woman's beauty, even if said flaws pose a huge risk to their physical health and can greatly reduce their life expectancy. Therefore, they are instead celebrated. And I've talked about this in my previous videos. I'll say again, try typing the words plus size into Google. There will not be one man in sight. In fact,
exactly, because they don't have plus size men. They don't have plus size male models out here, or do they?
Very few.
Yeah.
know what? I've never even thought of that. So I've never seen one.
I've seen one. There's a guy. His name is B Madden.
Mm-hmm.
He appears on the Lapeef sometimes. He's a plus size black male model, and so he's definitely representing those brands that are incorporating the plus size categories now. So that's one of them I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Who knew?
Like the only one. Sorry, basically.
He just won a few. But anyways, fair use.
I could bet money that you'd be scrolling for longer than the length of this video in order to just find one single man.
Yep.
Moving on to point number 4, the media promoting delusion. Now, before I cover this point, because I'm about halfway through the video, now is a good time to press the like button and leave any thoughts you have in the comments below as it promoting delusion. Now, about 5 years ago, there was this film that came out called 50 Shades of Grey. And in fact, the book that it was based on was one of the highest grossing of the decade. And if you've not heard of this film or the book before, it's basically about this billionaire Chad who goes for and ends up in a relationship with some fairly average woman. A similar storyline happens in other movies and TV shows, such as the highly acclaimed Sex and the City. This series, too, showed women, despite being in their 30s and 40s, still being able to pin down and get commitment from Chads. So the point I'm trying to make here is that the media is portraying the idea that any woman, irrespective of what she brings to the table, can get a relationship from a Chad.
Okay, so in other words, no matter how old you are, no matter what you look like, you can always get that Chad and Tyrone no matter what. That's what they're pushing. That's what they're pushing.
Chad, where are you?
You ain't coming. Well, Chad and Tyrone ain't coming. I'm not a Tyrone, by the way, so I can't help you.
That's okay. Everybody don't need to be Tyrone.
Right.
Uh-huh. Anyways, fair use.
No matter how old or average. Now moving on to point number 5, ego.
No, that was a commercial. It almost got you.
Mm-hmm. They ain't gonna get me. Well, until the video comes back up, remember,
like, comment, and subscribe, because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
and we're back. Fair use.
Mm-hmm.
Scientific study titled Resisting Connection Following Social Exclusion. Now, this study attempted to see how a woman would react when first being approached by an attractive man and then afterwards being approached by a less attractive man. The results were as followed. When the attractive man accepted the woman was also very likely to accept the less attractive man. In fact, he was accepted an average of 80%. Now, this isn't surprising, because after she gets accepted by the attractive man, she's probably feeling quite good about herself.
Wait a minute, so this Chad guy accepted her, and now she's more willing to accept this, I don't know, lesser Chad type guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that kind of went over my head the first time.
It's mental. I mean, that's what you've been showing is mental. A mental illness.
Wow. So I guess she feel like if she could get this Chad, I guess she can get anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a message that went over my head the first time I saw it. But anyways, fair use.
And she's got nothing to lose by accepting the less attractive man, so she also gives him a pass. However, for the second part of the study, when the woman gets first rejected by the attractive man, they found she was then much less likely to accept the less attractive man's advances.
Okay, so Chad rejects her, and now she's rejecting the lesser Chad.
Yeah.
So they're the same Chad, but one is more prettier than the other.
I don't get it. Okay, I kind of get it, but it's confusing.
I mean, they're both attractive. I don't get the shit either.
Well, this guy's clearly better than this guy.
Are they both Chads?
I don't think. I think he's the Chad, and this guy's the what? Not so Chad. I don't know.
Oh, he's a 5. Okay, I see the number now.
Okay.
Yep, he's a 5.
On the screen. Yeah.
He's a 5 out of 10, and the other guy above is an 8 out of 10.
Right.
But anyways, fair use, fair use.
In fact, his acceptance rate dropped from 80% to a staggering 24%. That's nearly a 4 times drop. And the reason for this is because after the first rejection, she probably felt violated and had taken a huge blow to her self-esteem. So to recover and attempt to regain some of her self-worth, she lashes out on the less attractive guy by rejecting him.
Okay, that does happen. Imagine you get rejected by some guy you thought was attractive, so you want to lash out at someone less attractive than that guy.
It's still mental.
That's basically what he's talking about.
That's crazy.
So it's a boost for your ego. It's an ego thing. Women are delusional because it was an ego thing. They attract the men that they like, and it gives them this huge ego inflation, so that if they can have any man. And they often accept attention from other men. But let that woman get rejected. Now it's by the so-called Chad. Oh, now her ego is destroyed. So now she's going to lash out at the lesser attractive men. That's basically what I'm getting out of this.
Do you think it's more so like he gets rejected because she thought she was something and now all men are whack?
Yeah, it could be.
Could be, but it's still mental.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that I've just never been that type of person. If I have a problem with somebody, I have a problem with them. I don't take it out on other people. You know what I'm saying? Like it's dumb as hell.
It is. But anyways, fair use.
Now, I found this study very interesting because it shares such close parallels to the current dynamics of the dating market. Because think about online dating. And for those who don't know how the Tinder algorithm works, the most popular profiles are shown first. So these are shown at the top of the card stack and are the first profiles a woman will see after logging on. Meanwhile, the less attractive profiles are shown last. Therefore, if an average or below average woman gets mostly negative responses from the popular profiles, the attractive ones, then the study shows the woman getting butthurt from this will result in her lashing out on the lower ranked profiles. And
I never knew that at first. So I guess on dating apps, the lesser attractive guys' profiles are not seen as much, but the highly attractive men profiles are seen more so. That's basically what I'm getting out of that.
Yeah.
Y'all notice that with these dating apps today? That's why some men be having a dry spell after a certain period.
Wow.
It's all because of how they set it up. Wow.
So if this beautiful woman right here gets rejected by any one of these guys, this guy or that guy, then she's gonna lash out at all these other men that she's probably never really interested in. So yeah, they say a hurt woman is a dangerous woman. So oh man,
yeah.
That'd be like if your boss pissed you off at work, and now you want to go back home and start lashing out at the neighbors or whatever, or your tenants or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Uh-oh. Don't get
So I
beautifully
guess,
mad. No, it's like,
all right, fair use.
She will do this in order to rebuild some of her self-respect.
Uh-huh.
Point number 6, a woman and her blue-pilled friends inflating her ego. Now, the 2 screenshots showed on either side of the screen are typical of the comments a woman will expect to see on her Instagram profile. So, of course, we have a couple simps giving her free validation, and I have checked their profiles, and they are actually guys.
So I guess when you start to think about it, the simps and the so-called sisterhood are guilty of this as well. Yeah, the simps give y'all free attention, but y'all sisters are not going to hold y'all accountable for your fuckery, let you do whatever you want, calling you a queen no matter what. So that's why I say men and women are destroying the dating market.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
As if the sisterhood, the simps ain't bad enough. You got the sisterhood adding gas to the fire by telling their girlfriends whatever they want to hear just to make them feel good. Kind of like what the simps do, except the simps are doing it for sexual attention. The sisterhood do it just so they can be part of the group.
Right. Like my friend,
Yeah.
she's working out because I'm not currently working out, which is bad. But she's working out and has an actual trainer, which I'm like, man, I wish I could afford that. So she said that she was upset at her weigh-in today, but I had told her that I said either you're gonna have to really stick to your caloric deficit, or you're gonna have to increase your activity because you can't keep doing that. You're gonna just keep maintaining what you're doing if you're not really correcting your nutrition and your diet and modifying the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I know. And it's like, I drink a lot. I said, well, that's probably one thing you have to really like not do anymore. I was
Well,
reading this girl.
alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she says she does it a lot. She goes out a lot. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, you're just going to have to curb some things, just make those modifications. And I guarantee you're going to see it. But like, I know you work out a couple times a week, maybe amplify it up an extra day on your own time. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to do it. Like I wasn't gonna tell her, oh girl, you fine, just the way you do. You look great. No, I'm not gonna tell her that
That's
because I
not
know
being
that
a real friend doing that.
right. Yeah, she has a
Yeah.
goal and she stated that. So I'm trying to hold her to that. Encourage her to keep going and just make those modifications that she needs to make so she can see the results and not waste her time and the trainer's time and you're wasting your money, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep it real with your home girl in situations like that. Oh yeah, shout out to Killer Swag. Get that bag. You don't care about them price tags.
What was I saying? Oh, she's
So,
actually slowing herself and she's putting herself behind because the thing is, if she's drinking, that's the only thing she's burning off before she starts burning off anything else.
Exactly.
Burning off the alcohol.
She likes sweet, so she says she does candy and that and the drinking. I'm like, well, you really have to eliminate that sugar. It's like it's gonna keep you inflamed and holding on to all the extra water. I said you gotta put that work in. I said you gotta amp it up. I said, what kind of exercise you have you doing anyway? Like you should be, a little bit further along. It's been like almost 2 months, but I just, tried to really talk her through it without like really bashing too hard over the head. But like, there's just some things you have to get rid of, and sugar is definitely one of them. If they're not your friend, that you find that it's hard for you, like definitely get rid of that sugar intake or lower it
yeah.
anyway, switch it out or something.
I mean, what's her eating habits like?
She says that she hasn't been doing good. Like, so she went back as far as her birthday was in November. So she said her birthday and then Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then New Year. So she has been on that, the holiday thing we get. and it kind of threw her off. She's not consistent with her eating, but even if she is, she's still going out, so it's extra food on top of what she has at home, and then it's the alcohol that may be at home because I know that she has some there, and then when she goes out, she's social, so she's drinking out there and at home, and also the candy. She says she has to have candy every day. Yeah.
She has to have candy.
Yeah, she said sometimes she goes through 2 packs, so I don't know if that's like, the little dollar one that's at the corner store, but she says she has to have something sweet. She likes sweet stuff. So, yeah.
I like sweet stuff too, but I gotta draw the line at some point.
Tell her to check out Asian stores. Their candies are healthier.
And Killer Swag said, "What up?" Killer Swag said, "What up?"
Hello.
Hola.
Swag, if you got time, come up and chop it up with us. Today's topic: modern women are delusional. We're talking about reasons why they're delusional. So you got time, come up and chop it up with us. Until then, fair use, fair use. We talk about the simps and the sisterhood are messing it up for y'all. Both messing up for us, I should say. But fair use, fair use.
But what's arguably more concerning is her and all of her female friends blowing smoke up one another. In my experience, I see these types of comments vastly outnumbering the ones sent from simps. Here's where you'll see the comments like, "My queen, you're gorgeous, stunner, you go girl."
Any of y'all heard those before or seen them before?
Yeah.
Seen what? Seen what? The friends blowing them up?
Yep. Your girlfriend's blowing up your ego, telling you what you want to hear to make you feel good.
Yeah.
In the sense, I know better. With all the heart emojis and all this kind of stuff.
I want some simp action.
You're not going to get it from me.
I didn't ask it from you. I'm just saying that would be nice, to get some appreciation, but it's all right. I got to put that work in.
Yeah. I mean, you're beautiful. You're probably beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but you ain't gonna get no simping from me.
I don't want no simp. I like people that give nice compliments. I think compliments are honest and they're not simpish. I mean, they could be, but if somebody says, "Oh, you look nice today," or "Beautiful smile," like, "Oh, thank you." That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a hater.
But anyways, fair use, fair use.
And the dumbest part about all of this isn't the comments themselves. Rather, it's the people that are sending and receiving them. Right. Women will believe anything their friends tell them these days.
They will.
So if 20 of a girl's female friends are sending these copy and paste comments on every post she uploads, even if the girl herself is average to below average in looks,
or doesn't like your ass completely,
she's still going to walk away patting herself on the back, thinking she's a lot more attractive than she actually is, thinking she's a perfect 10.
Right.
Bobby needed to come in and set up.
Yep, that happens. You got your girlfriends blowing up your egos and stuff, so yeah, it's gonna make you feel a little delusional. So it's the sisterhood and the simps, or the simp brotherhood, I may want to say, just to make it even.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Ah, damn these ads. All right, and we're back.
Point number 7, entitlements. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I was watching a Darius M video, who's actually one of my favourite channels, and I remember him saying there are a lot more overweight women than men. And after that video, I looked it up, and it's true. This is data from the NHS website in the UK, my country. And for 16 to 24-year-olds, there are 2 times more obese women than men, 20% versus 10%. And it's a similar pattern for the 25 to 34-year-old age range. And I remember Darius saying the main reason for this is because women don't get in shape because they have no need to. The truth is, men know that if they're obese, no woman is going to want to be with them. But most women know, especially those who are overweight, that men will still be attracted to them even if they are packing extra pounds.
Now, granted, I've met some obese women in the past, and I've been attracted to some, so I can't say it's a complete deal breaker. But when you show total disregard for your health and you have this sense of entitlement, that's going to turn me off instantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, the entitlement is what turns us off the most.
Yep.
Right.
Like I said earlier, it's that lack of humility and stuff. You know, it's just not attractive.
Yeah. I mean, now they feel no need to go to the gym. I mean, think about this. This was at least, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years ago. This would not be acceptable.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many overweight women did y'all know 50 years ago? I know we probably want to lie back then, but hey, look at movies from 50 years ago. Now one overweight person is in there.
Right.
They were at home. They were cooking. They were walking. They didn't have a lot of cars. They had to walk where they wanted to go. They didn't eat a lot.
Calories.
You know? It was definitely different, and the clothes looked good. They looked awesome, and I'm like, dang, they just look so cool. Like, and the women look very like gorgeous and just fit, elongated. Like, it was just like beautiful. Yeah. And they were saying also, I was looking at, I always be looking at stuff. They were saying like they did dances that were physically, like you had to be physical in your dance and like jumping and like basically almost like cardio type dancing. Like us, we just twerking. That's really nothing. But like they really was like moving and moonwalking and sliding and jumping in and out. They were doing like dancing with each other real fast and flipping each other. Like they did so much more like activity, like cardio based dances than we do now, like which is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We just shake our
Yeah,
bums.
that's a good point.
We shake our BBLs.
Yes, I guess back in the day there wasn't much of anything for men and women to do back then, but engage in activities that kept them on the go and moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess ever since the internet came out, now we can sit at home and just browse the internet, possibly get lazy, get overweight, the whole nine, with no consequences, with no immediate consequences.
Right. We were outside. The parents sent us outside. The parents sent us outside. We were doing double dutch. We were doing physical things like hide and seek, running everywhere, tag, all those things.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or trying to run away from being chased by boys.
Yeah, right.
Or y'all chase the boys yourselves. Either way, it's a workout.
Come here, Chad.
Yeah, find that alpha chap from middle school and chase him down. But yep, that's how it was back then. We kept ourselves active in a time, but we didn't have much to really do outside of that. But now we got social media, so there's no incentive for us to go out and enjoy the world. Ain't that about some?
Yeah.
All right, fair use.
And they will be able to tell you that from experience. Now, if this reason is true, then it shows they have a sense of entitlement. It shows they're entitled to somebody more attractive than they are, despite bringing far less to the table and putting in little to no effort. And in fact, I've even seen this in my own personal experiences. I've literally heard overweight women say that they will never date an overweight man.
I've heard that before too.
I've heard that, yeah.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
I've heard that too.
Lizzo said it. Even Lizzo.
Lizzo in a relationship with an athletic man?
Yeah, she wanted Captain America. And he turned
it
down.
That guy.
Oh. But, I've also heard some of them say, like, how are we going to even get it down? You know what I'm saying? How are we going to do the rumble and be both big?
Both jiggly stomachs.
Do the rumble.
You know what I'm talking about.
We'll call it the stampede instead.
Oh,
We call it the stampede instead. Oh man. But yeah, I've heard that before. You're an overweight woman, you don't want an overweight man.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that make y'all evenly yoked? Y'all could just exercise together or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when those couples do overcome their obesity and like they do that transformation. They are so hot. Oh my God. And they basically level up just by dropping the weight and out of their face, and automatically makes them 7 or closer to higher in their value. I mean, as far as looks or attractiveness, like it looks really good.
Yup.
Yeah, that's how that works. All right, fair use. We're down to the last point.
That is entitlement at its simplest form. Finally, moving on to point number 8, coping. What I've noticed is nearly every woman, if you ask them the top 3 things that make them attractive, it will almost undoubtedly be a completely different list from another woman's. Just like the woman from the clip at the beginning. Her 3 reasons for why she is a perfect 10 was because she goes to school, goes to work, and has a good personality.
We don't care about this, we don't care about this, but we do care about this. Damn.
But
Anyway.
I mean, the thing is, she's not basing it off her look. She's saying that I come with substance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But remember, women are known for their beauty, youth, and fertility, not their accomplishments. It's good to have those things, but they're not going to highlight whether or not you're a wife of a woman or not.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of women will spend their time doing this. They will do this, and they miss out on getting with a good man until they're 30-some years old.
Yeah.
So that's what they be doing sometimes. Anyways, fair use.
But based on how pretentious she was being, I very much doubt there's much truth to this last one. This woman, if she believes that these 3 things alone make her a perfect 10, is almost certainly coping. Because here are the actual 3 things that men care about most. The holy trinity of what actually makes a perfect 10. First of all, hot. This means not overweight. 2, young, or in other words, under 30. And 3, undamaged. This means not promiscuous, and also no kids.
Yep, that's what we men like.
Good luck with that, because sometimes the parents damage their kids. So sometimes the other stuff don't mean nothing.
What the hot and young parts?
No, I'm talking about the damaged.
Oh, the damaged. Okay. Yeah, but these are things. These are things we want. Hot, as in beautiful. Young, as in under the age of 30. But so some people say 30 is not old either. So I don't know. But undamaged, as in she ain't got no problem, no mental problem. She ain't been harassed or attacked or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's what we want. She ain't got a body count that's too high.
Okay, I like that. How you had to modify that one.
What you mean?
Because more than not, people are being more sexually active. But if she can reserve herself in a way that's modest, maybe she messed up once or twice and be like, okay, this isn't good. I want to wait for H&M, and okay, I want to keep my body count low so that I'm not damaged and bonded to all these dudes. I can respect that.
Right.
A person that hasn't passed like 5 or things like 3, whatever.
Yeah, makes sense.
In today's time.
And that's the way it needs to be.
Yeah.
All right, fair use.
This is what men actually want. And the funny thing is, what I've noticed is when women are young, when they list reasons of what makes them attractive, they're likely to say things such as, I'm pretty, fit, young, therefore this makes me an 8.
Yep, that's just the physical aspect.
Right.
Meanwhile, when you ask older women, or even worse, the exact same women but just 10 to 15 years older, they're likely to give you a different list of the things that make them attractive, such as I have a career, I have 2 gorgeous kids, and I'm financially stable. Therefore, I'm also an 8.
So you see the difference right there?
Mm-hmm.
One was based on physical attractiveness. The other one is just based on, oh, I don't know, not so concrete things that men don't care about.
Right. Because most men want to take care of the stuff anyway.
Yeah. And by the way, 2 gorgeous kids. If you're a single mother of 2 gorgeous kids, 2 or more kids, that automatically brings you down. I'm sorry. No shades to single moms. I'm just saying.
Hey, I smell shade. No SummerSlam. But you know what? The thing is, I'm not gonna aim for the dude that I don't qualify. So that makes me already, good. I'm searching in the pool I'm supposed to be searching. And so that sets me up to be a little bit more successful than trying to aim for the high value man and forcing him because he was raised, which I've heard, raised by a single mother. So he should automatically have sympathy towards single mothers and want to date them like we're an A2. But no, he deserves to start his own family, that doesn't have kids and stuff like that. He deserves a chance at that too. That's ideal. But I know some dudes, they're really nice and they do take on kids because of the woman's so nice. But I mean, ideally, a man wants to have his own children.
Yeah.
True. And that's why we're going to go for someone younger, not someone older. I mean, I'm not going to say younger is better than older or vice versa. But you still got to vet them. But for men who want children, they need the fertility. You'll probably find that with someone younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, anyways, fair use.
This is also coping. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, these days, nearly every woman has their own list of cope reasons for why they're more attractive than everyone else, and they will change it where they see fit and based on their own strengths. But the truth is, men see very little value outside of the holy trinity of female attractiveness. All lists that deviate from these 3 things are coping.
Exactly. You're not hot, you're not young, you're not, and you're damaged. You're a no-go. All of that's just like you said, coping.
Yep.
All of that is just coping.
Anyway, guys, that's it for my 8 reasons for why most women massively overestimate their own attractiveness. If I've missed any...
Yep, that's the video. What y'all thought of that?
That's a good video.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
And pretty much on point. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are just 8 reasons why women are so delusional in our day and age. Yeah.
Yep.
Now I have another video to show y'all. Okay, fair use.
I find it amazing how girls prioritize what they want out of life, and then they think a guy's gonna be sitting there at the finish line waiting for them at 30.
I don't know.
And it's kind of funny because it's like, if I decided to be a bum and not work on myself, y'all would never accept me. But y'all think being a hoe and living your life and doing all this extra shit, living your life, right, as they say, like I'm gonna be there waiting for you. Not a chance.
Say what you about fresh and fit, but hey, they on point.
Yeah, right there they are.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
I don't think anyone should be waiting on anyone.
Right.
Now, if you're actively making changes and working on yourself, yeah, but if you're doing nothing, like there's nothing wrong with you, no. I'm not waiting for you to catch the hint of whatever and do and want to better yourself. No.
Catch the hint.
Like, well, like I said earlier, like I don't live in this delusion that I can change you, nor do I want to be in a relationship with anybody that I feel like I have to change. Like I'm not doing it.
Exactly. Like you should come already the best version of yourself, or the healed, or as much undamaged like as possible, so that you're whole and the other person's whole, and y'all can have a better successful relationship. And when you
Yeah.
start building other people up and like trying to compensate, that's like you're gonna build some or have some type of resentment in some aspect. You may not hate them, but you're like, wow, man. So it's like, and they should be able to change you. Like he should appreciate you for who you are. You should appreciate him for who he is because of who they made themselves to become. That's the best scenario, the best soil for two people. I mean, especially older people, but like when you're young, you can accept that they don't know and they're naive on certain things, but like definitely when you're older and want
Hmm.
marriage, you should definitely work out a lot of things and then make compromises along the way.
Now, I believe in making tweaks. Like
Yeah,
there's little
exactly.
things I can probably change to do better and be better. Because
Right.
we never stop growing.
Yeah.
Um, if we want to be better versions of ourselves.
Yes.
So, but changing a full on change, nah.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
I mean, we can all use improvement. Ain't nobody perfect in this world, but come to the table at least half decent.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree with that. And it's like, but I'm saying changes, most people, if they're not already working on changing themselves, whatever, they're not going to change for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. That's a delusion. Now, if they change it and they're doing it to better themselves, whatever, yeah, then that they're in the right mindset. They're
Yeah.
already working on themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
There's this guy that I asked him a question about, when if a person, like, it was just me asking in general because I was like had a slight interest, but I asked publicly because I didn't want him to answer. You know how some people, they'll give the answer that you want to hear
Yeah.
because they just try. I asked him like how we are in an open forum. I was like, if the person you like goes to church, I said, would you go to church with them? Oh man, see now, I'm uncomfortable with church. They can't be like trying to make me go every day. And I was like, well, see,
Yeah.
I want to know. I'm trying to act in a covert type of way to see your genuine reaction about it, but not saying that. I said, but what if that's the person you like, whatever? Oh, I'll go once in a while. You know what I'm saying? But if that person has that devoutness and that passionate about their religion, it's like they shouldn't make that person change to suit them. Like they should share those same values. I mean, it's more ideal when they do share those same values, I
Hmm.
believe. Because the last guy I dated, he was Muslim and I'm Christian, so this is like totally opposite. Because
Hmm.
but the thing is, what's so hard I find is that some men, they don't go to church, but there are really good men out there. There are good men. And so I had a good man, but some of our values didn't work and we clashed a lot. And I could tell that he was passionate about what he believed and I'm passionate about what I believe. So we did knock heads, but other than that, it was like really good. But I was still trying to force something to fit that probably he would be more ideal with a woman that's along his values.
Right.
But he never asked me to change. I never asked him to change. But then he would say things that I would have a problem with, like, and it would really offend me, like bad. So how do you? So now I'm changing myself. I'm making myself small to listen to your comment. Now I don't want to fight or argue with you because why would you say something like that knowing that I believe in Jesus and you said that Jesus did die on the cross? I know, like, what? You know, like just certain things like that is like, that's not cool. And I don't want to change what I believe, and what if I start praying over our house and you're like, don't pray over the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, then it'll
Yeah.
become an issue. So it did fall off, but I would definitely say that I'm happy that I chose a better man that had good qualities, and he wasn't the most attractive person, but I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at his actions and who he truly was, and that made me attracted to him. And
Mm-hmm.
we grew and loved each other just so much, and so I can appreciate that. I'm grown and as grown past looking at the physical attributes to really seeing the man for who he is and what he can provide in a relationship, you know, as a quality guy. So I'm so happy for that. I
Mm-hmm.
really am. That's growth and healing those damaged areas of like not choosing well.
Yeah. So you're with him?
No, he broke up with me.
Mm.
Wow, what happened?
I know you always interested in stuff.
I'm a curious man. Jeez.
I know you are. What happened is that I in my situation I had not closed the door to the past. So I didn't divorce my husband, but we were separated. But I I guess I didn't move fast enough in that area. But
Mm-hmm.
so when I finally did it, I did it in July of 2022. And I didn't know that past the 30 days, you know, it was over. So I'm waiting for paperwork to show up in the mail, but you have to pay for the paperwork to get given to you. So I was like, oh, I said, everything is good. I put it, he's okay, cool. But I told him, I said, I wasn't getting divorced for him. I was doing it and moving forward for myself.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want him to, you know, get that gist, but I did do it.
Yeah.
And so I got the paperwork in February, so I'm so like slow with it. I got the paperwork late, but I was divorced. So I in his culture, you can't be boyfriend or girlfriend. So I would just say, can I
Right.
get a kiss? That was a problem. Can I get a hug? That was kind of a problem. But I respected it because I'm Christian, so I'm really not supposed to be fornicating anyway. So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. But I said, I would like a kiss here and there. Geez, not in the bedroom, but like we're in the car, like after having a date. But he didn't want to. So I was like, fine. And he said, but if you get divorced, maybe we can kiss. So I said, it's fine. I'm divorced, you know, things like that. But I think he wanted to see that paper. So
Mm.
one night, was it last year? Last year, like in the springtime, I was like, wow, something's off. I said, you're not communicating with me as much. Um, so I said, is everything okay? And he was like, yeah, everything's okay. So he said, yeah, everything's okay. I said, I think we need to go out. Let's go on a date. So we went on a date. And when we got home from the movie, my nose is so stuffy. We got home. I mean, I took him home. And then he was getting out the car. I said, can I just have a kiss, James? You know, because I don't really ask you for anything sexual like that, but I just, you know, want to kiss because I really haven't like done anything like that for months. And he said, you know what? At this point, I don't think we're gonna be more than friends. So then he just called me a friend. I was like, what? I'm like, okay, we've been dated for like 2 years. And so he kind of broke up with me right in the car, never called back and to say like, oh, you know, I didn't mean it or anything. He just never looked back. So I guess my time stamp ran out as far as him wanted to, you know, marry me, which what we were gonna do. Um, but it was just the time thing, and it just fell off. But I told him I respect his decision and that I love him, but you know I respect his decision. So goodbye, you know, and good luck or whatever. So that's where I left it. Um, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But you have to, like, I learned that you got to close those doors and be ready to move forward when somebody is showing you that they're ready. So you have to be ready and not sabotage or um, just leave things open ended on another end. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they're ready to move. Like if you had the opportunity to have your perfect guy or you're a dude that is showing all the right qualities and you're right in front of him and you're not ready, that's not fair to them. And if you miss the ball, you fumble, that's your fault. So
Yeah.
in my story, it kind of was my fault, but we would probably have troubles because of the differences, but we were really trying to push past that difference. But it's okay, it's all right. I got a good experience out, and I would never regret dating him because he showed me what a real man is and what a real man can do, and what I should look for in increasing my standards in that.
Wow, that's pretty deep.
I
Yeah.
know, right? I'm sick of these deep stories. I want some. I want a man. No, so I'm just playing. It's not all about that. I got some work to do. So I will admit that. I take accountability, so I don't mind that. But I'm happy and I get to come and tell my story, not, being ashamed of it because it is what it is. If you don't learn certain things, you just can't do better. So like I said, I'm glad that I chose a better man because he helped me out in that season I needed a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful when I look back, no harm.
I mean, good to know. I mean, at least you weren't like Tia Mara talking about you graduated from your marriage or some BS like that. Mm-mm. At least you didn't say that.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, it
Oh
was.
God, I was crying. I was crying so hard. My husband, he did step out on me, but um, I still forgave my husband. And I told him we gotta work through this, and I was even laughing when look now I look like I'm crazy, but I didn't want him to feel like um like I didn't want him that I was extremely mad. Like I was mad, but not like, oh Negro, you did this to me, throwing dishes at no, it wasn't like that. And I was surprisingly calm, but a lot of people were like, girl, like I don't know how you doing it. And that was really God for real. Um, but I think the guilt was eating him too much. And just one day I said, came home from work. And I said, okay, whatever. I see the washing clothes. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna get the kids ready. We're gonna go to church. Got the kids ready with the church. I said, I'll see you there. Came home. He packed up everything and he left. So I'm like, well, damn. I thought, forgiving and moving forward and trying to fix what, our marriage was going to work, but he ran. And I'm like, wow, like that's not cool. And it was like that for like a lot of years, and I had to deal with what he was doing, and still raise my children and still allow him access to the children, go spend the week. I still had to arrange all those things, but not getting all the support that I needed, but I still had to function in a
Right.
normal as I could without being bitter. That was tough. That was really God. And um it just didn't come back, and I didn't see those actions where I would want to submit to, and I know that I couldn't do it because usually your actions will follow that you're sorry and that you want to do better and that you want to change, and that's not what I saw. So that's why I moved forward, and that was just the basis of that. And so it's not a happy thing, it's not a pleasant thing, and I had to overcome the feelings of failure, um, you know, thinking that I failed my kids and everything. But I tried to, do my best every day and tell them to respect their dad. We pray for their dad every day, and that's the best I could do.
Yeah, that's something. Oh, before I continue, let me say shout out to Chaos Rain. Glad you could join me. Chaos,
Hello.
Hey.
if you want to come up and speak your piece, man, the link is in the excuse me. The link is in the chat. Feel free to come up. YouTube swag. And by the way, Wife School, your avatar disappeared. I know man did that earlier, so hey.
Oh, it sure did.
I don't know why it does that.
See it.
It just did it.
Oh, I
Well,
see it.
on my side, I don't see the avatar.
No, I have
I see it.
StreamYard up and the YouTube. It's not there.
Oh no, I'm a loser. Well, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes my Wi-Fi gets a little shaky over here, and yeah, it's not so good where I be podcasting at. So I apologize.
You good?
That's okay. Man does the same thing, so you're not alone.
One of the tricks I've been told is to have like two of the same pictures that you're trying to use, and for some reason it works
Yeah,
that
I
way.
got
It's so
multiple
weird.
pictures. I use mini pictures.
Yeah.
I got about 8, 9 of them.
Let's see.
Okay, here's my next video. Okay, fair use,
I would
fair
argue
use.
that if an older woman had told this younger lady or any younger lady that this is how boys see you, if you do that, you would act differently if someone had told you that. I think men do a much better job of checking each other because men see themselves in younger men. Women see themselves as younger women. So a man...
Bars.
Gospel.
She's good.
You better teach.
That's deep.
Oh,
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty deep.
Yeah,
She
it
said
was.
that men, we see ourselves us older gents, we see ourselves in these young men. But I guess y'all ladies see yourselves as those younger girls or younger women.
Right.
So that's a big difference right there.
Why
That
we
was deep
have
right there. I ain't gonna lie.
That's why we gotta stop saying that black don't crack, because that tributes to that, because we don't think that we're not aging out, and we still do the same behaviors, and we're competing with the young women, or we dress even though we're like 60. We still think that we can go to Forever 21 and wear that bandage dress and still got it and could twerk, drop it low, but they go down real slow though. But
No. There ain't nothing. There ain't nothing wrong with that statement. Black don't crack. Now,
it's not
however,
wrong. But if
people.
you don't think that that aging is beautiful, then
Yeah.
that's a problem too. For some
I
women.
mean, it is beautiful.
Yeah.
You could look good at any age, but you just can't do what you did when you were at that age. I mean, look at us. We're for example too old for college parties, right?
Yeah.
I've been to, I don't know about y'all, but I've been to a club in almost 10 years. So I feel like I'm too old for that. And by the way, strip clubs don't count.
They'd be like, who brought their father? No, so I'm just playing.
Say what?
I said they'll be like, who brought their father? I'm just playing. Oh, now he don't want to laugh. That's okay.
I did laugh.
Silently, the silent laugh. But yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff online. You see these older women, like, they're attractive, but because they have hips, they're on doing these butt clapping challenges. Like, are you serious? You're full head of gray, like you up here making your cheeks clap on purpose to music. Like, that's so unseemly for an older woman. Like, where's the grace? Where's the class? It's bad. I don't think we have many women that we can look at in our community that exemplifies a decent woman. We probably have Felicia Rashad or Viola Davis. We don't have many.
Yeah.
Because, like they said, most women are trying to be young.
Well, also, like with Viola Davis, in her earlier time, she said she felt ugly. What? What is wrong with you?
Because we have our colorism problem.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I never understood colorism, honestly.
Right.
I mean, you could be, you could just have. I mean, even if they did it in the research with the dolls way back in the day, probably when we were small, like they would put the certain colored dolls in front of the kids, say which one is good, which one is bad. They said the black one was bad. They said the white doll was good. So it's something that is here in America, or I mean, I know other places experience it too, but like it's just something that is put in us that sees color in different ways, or that a person is, because they're this way, they'll only be in these roles. They'll only be in the slave, nappy-headed roles and the drug role, the angry black mother role, instead of like a hero, like a beautiful princess or something like that. But we'll give that to the lighter person because they look pure, cute, like that's the ideal. These pictures socially accepted.
Well, your audio changed.
You sound far, 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 far away.
Yeah, you do. Sound like you're in a tunnel. No. Drop down and try to come back in, and maybe that'll help. And while she gets that together, here's another video.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. Where? Oh, here it is. Fair use. Fair use.
This is called the Female Delusional Calculator. Now watch this. This is what I'm gonna love. This is backed by the United States Census Bureau. It's factual data. Define a man of my dreams. So I'm gonna plug this in here. 28 to 45. Any race, color, white, black, or Asian. I'm going to exclude obese men. I'm sure you don't want an obese guy. And let's just say they need to make at least $100K a year. Let's see what the probability of you finding that person in America that's non-married. You have a 5.6% chance.
So apparently all these high-value men are just off the market by age 28. Good luck, people. So what you're saying is if I eat less tacos, I'll be a rare catch. Though TBH, I'll probably just stick with tacos. Sounds better than dealing with women, to be honest. But I mean, this also is kind of sad because it's showing the fatness of America. We need help.
Wow.
There's no calculator doesn't lie. Even after all that. So they age out at 28, she says. By 20, all the good men will be taken up. No, they're just not gonna be checking for you after 28, possibly.
Yeah. It's so weird. It's like I've been around like guys that I would be attracted to, but it's like either I'm not their type or they're in a relationship.
Well, welcome to the club. I've been there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy.
We're not compatible or she's already in a relationship.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is the women who are not relationship qualified pay the most amount of attention to me.
Right.
those fun girls pay the most amount of attention to me.
And you don't want them.
So what?
I said, and you don't want them.
I mean, sometimes I want them, but not for those reasons.
No, I'm talking like you don't want them for a serious relationship with.
Yeah, exactly. Right,
Yeah.
right.
Uh-oh. Did I hear mattress material?
Yes, you did. You did.
Mattress money, not mattress money, not matrimony. Okay, I have one more video to show before we close up in the next couple of minutes. Take a look at this.
They're average, or most people do not think that they are average. Is this confidence or is this delusion? And what inspired this video was me posting a TikTok from one of my girl interviews. To say the comments were concerning and eye-opening is actually an understatement. So now let me read some of the comments to you. Average has nothing to do with me. Some of us don't want to be average. LOL, okay, but these are based on averages and I'm not looking for an average man. I don't give an F. I want my man to be pulling 500K. My soul left my body when I read that one. No one can survive with less than 70K. Let's be very for real. Are we okay? If you can't survive on 70K, you have a spending problem.
Right. Right.
Wow. Well,
70K.
All I can say is,
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
70K is some good money. I don't know what.
I wish I had 70K. I'm in that broke woman category where they only make 30,000 to 40,000 a year. But
right.
I'm okay. You know, there's things that you just gotta modify. There's people that can do way more than I can on way less. And they got properties. You're like, wow, how you do that? You know, so some people, they just know how to manage everything right. And 70K is really good. Like, sometimes I'll be like looking at my friends, I'm like, man, I'm doing bad. But they're doing good too. I'm like, whew. Yeah, girl. But I find that they're like, I don't know, that there's, like you said, like the provision, and they think their personality and their career is high. So I see that aspect of that too, the little cockiness. And I'm like, you got to bring it down. You got to do your little feminine thing. I'm not used to it. I said, well, come on, smile. Let's not do it. You know, certain things. But just because a man approaches you doesn't mean that he's trying to sleep with you. Like, if he give you a compliment, stop getting all mad and have an attitude. Like, hey, okay, you have a good day now. You know, you don't have to shoot him down and kill him. Like,
Right.
leave him some decency. I mean, it takes courage to walk up to people and say, you know, certain things. I know some guys that I don't like, or, you know, they look a little crazy. I'm like, okay, now, well, you have a good day. Okay, thank you so much. All right, love. You know, you just give them some respect, or, you know. Yeah, some level.
Now, I've actually had a guy walk up to me and say, hey, excuse me, I'm not trying to get your number, but I just want to let you know that you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Boom.
But, you know, all these other chicks are so damn quick to be like,
yeah. But now you're a 10. See? Now someone's playing. That's so funny. I'm telling you, I learned a lot tonight. I already knew these things, but the visuals and the charts, it definitely brings it to another level.
To actually see the 10s and the
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Nowadays, everybody's a 10. But I guess as men, we still got to stay in our own categories. I'm not 6 feet tall. I'm average in the looks department, so I'm a 6.
Mm-hmm.
There is no all men are 10s.
Yeah, all men are not 10s.
Yeah, I feel like I'm average too.
Yeah, I'm definitely average.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my last clip of the night. My last clip of the night. Fair use.
What feminism has taught people is that if you love yourself and you think you deserve that high value man, go for it. Even if you are not in that same caliber or doing the things that you need to do to be with that man and keep that man. It just has taught us that self-love, you can put yourself on a pedestal, and whatever you think you deserve, that's exactly, even if it's astronomical, out of this world, just unrealistic, it's okay. You can do it because of feminism.
Woo!
Yep.
Yeah.
You can have any man you want, no matter where you are in life. But yeah, we men gotta constantly stay on the ball and do what we gotta do to get a woman.
Right.
Ain't that about something? Oh man.
I'm telling you, stop messing with these chicks that you don't agree with. And they'll stop.
In a perfect world, I would say leave them kind of women alone, but if they're humble and respectful, yet despite not being relationship material, maybe I'll deal with them. Like if you look me in my face and say, "Hustler, I'm not a relationship. I'm not a wifey type woman. I'm just looking for a friends of benefits or something on that level." Maybe I'll deal with you. Just on that level.
Most people are not that honest. I mean, I've had a an elf buddy, and
Wow, you're so lucky. I want a man.
Now this is way back, but no, we decided to be that's the relationship we decided to have, and so that's what we had.
Friends of benefits.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't judging nobody.
My friend, she has the courage to do that. And I'm like, how do you do that? Yeah, you just got a little itch to scratch. I'm like, I can't even bring myself to do it. I can't. I thought it's really it sounds good in my head, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't. Even though I do have access to people, even though people that want to kind of like be with you in that way, I just can't bring myself. I can't
do it now because I'm celibate. I've been celibate for 9 years and stuff like that.
Wow,
and I'm not trying
awesome.
to awaken. I'm not trying to awaken that dragon. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
You're trying to be celibate.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sick of being abstinent. I want to have fun, but I would really like to have it in terms of a nice relationship because I think I bring that level of commitment to a person and energy, but it's just like you just gotta wait. So I don't mind waiting a little bit, but I definitely gonna start putting that work in and get out there. Yeah, but I'm not ready.
The problem with going celibate is the withdrawals. Those are horrible. So yeah, I'm just not trying to deal with that shit again.
Hey, to each his own. Ain't nothing wrong with having a friend you can occasionally have access to sexually without it turning into something romantic. I've had those, so I know.
No, I'm saying
because I know that I'm like, oh my god, I love you, so I can't do it.
It's not hard. If he's your friends of benefits, that means y'all could expose yourselves without it turning into something else.
Yeah, that's not the way I love, or that's not the way that works down.
I mean,
she works. So if it's there, it's hers. So like,
no, if she knows how she is and stuff like that, because if you know you easily catch feelings for a person, or you can't help but catch feelings for a person, then it's not for you.
Yeah, so I just need it myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. But that kind of does make sense. I mean, some years ago, I had a female who would let me walk around her house with no shirt on, sometimes with no pants on, just my drawers and tube socks.
luxurious.
And vice versa. Walk around me with some lingerie on, and we were not even boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oof.
Yep.
Temptation Island.
Yeah.
I would like a guy because I mean, like, that's just how I am. I've always been in relationships. I'm not a casual person, so at least that's the type of what I bring to the table. I'm not a casual person. I'm like full on into you, so I don't want to jip myself of that because I know how I would feel. That's just a waste of time to me.
Hey, I ain't judging you. That's
Yeah.
the way it needs to be. So I'm not, and nowhere am I judging you for that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Keep my body count extremely low.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be celibate.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, do y'all feel like y'all can't control yourselves? What's going on here?
No, it's not that. It's just like I think you should have some level of discipline, and your body
Yeah.
is a temple. I don't have to necessarily let somebody inside of me to get rid of that feeling. Sometimes the earth did, the birds pass, and you have things that you do in your own personal life that it's not all about sex and things like that. I mean, some people they have to have it. Like my friend, she's like, I have to. I'm like, girl, why you have to? Because like sometimes when you have to, you be making some bad choices. You make some dumb choices. You really do. And I'm like, I just rather make money or do something else or get online on YouTube and talk, build my brand up. Hey, there's other things you can do to fill that time, to fill that void. Whatever. Yeah. If 50 Cent can do it, if he can drop his whole girlfriend and be abstinent because he has a goal and he's focusing on something, why can't I do it? And he's a highly successful person.
Could be.
Yeah. Sometimes. Yep.
I mean, both sides can be focused, I guess. But what was the goal exactly?
Say it again.
I said, what was the goal exactly? Drop your girlfriend and do what?
I don't know, but it just happened recently within the past week that he is doing this. So that's dope. If that's a distraction for him, isn't it worth giving it up to get to the next level?
Yeah.
Could be. Could be.
Yep.
If nobody else is coming up in the next couple of minutes, I'm about to shut down in a few minutes. What's y'all final thoughts? I'm open for final thoughts. Animated, let's start with you, or fear use, whatever you want to call yourself.
Well, you didn't have the thing up, so I just typed it right there so you can still have it on your video.
Yeah, makes sense to me. Makes sense to me.
One of my other panels.
Just be humble. No one likes an ass.
Like Kendrick Lamar said, be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
That's all I got.
Okay. What about you, wife school podcast?
Ooh, help my Lord. I would say how they always say I piggyback, but definitely don't live in delusion. Let's start getting logical. Let's start being realistic. Depending on your goal, if you want a relationship, if you're having these big requests, can you meet the requests that you're asking from the other person? More than likely not. So definitely.
More than likely they won't.
Yeah, more than likely not, and give somebody that get somebody to give you an unbiased evaluation of yourself. That somebody's not going to lie to you. That's really going to put you on a right trajectory in success and love. And there's nothing wrong with settling and choosing within your qualification range.
Yeah, as long as you settle in a good way, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I
I'm
can't
looking
afford a
forward to
Ferrari.
settling down.
Right.
Not just settling, just to take anybody. Hope this person just take you as you are, in anybody, because
Exactly.
you ain't got nobody to choose from. No, that's the bad kind of selling. I did a show on that about a month ago. Who's selling more, men or women?
For me, it's like to settle is to suffer.
Yeah, I said you're gonna settle, do it for the right reasons.
You're right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
But most people they settle for the wrong reasons and then they become unhappy.
Yeah, it was the guy that they didn't want, but since he was all that was available, she just took him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about that mindset. I don't believe men should just settle. Women should definitely not settle. If I was a guy, if you was a chick that wasn't checking for me in high school, now fast forward to 10 years, 20 years later, now you checking for me? I'm not settling for you. I tell any man, don't just settle for a broad just because she paying some kind of attention to you, even though she didn't want you when she was still younger than her prime. And I tell any female, same thing. If the men you wanted back then ain't checking, if the men you're currently going after ain't checking for you, don't you dare go back to the same dudes you rejected for whatever reason, because their money wasn't tight, their body wasn't right, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna build a damn thing together. Y'all don't need to be together.
What about if you settled for a man that was successful, but he was really mean, but you settled because of the money you thought it would give you or the satisfaction?
Well, that's the wrong reason.
Yeah, so we can't just say that it's in the low factors. A lot of things, a lot of people settle for money's sake, and it may not be like they said, like they may be rich, but they just as depressed, but they settle because they wanted a certain lifestyle, even though they knew they're probably not happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, why would you settle for somebody that's mean anyway? I don't get that.
I don't care if he got my Birkin.
Right. I mean, these people are sick.
Yeah, right.
If you rather have material stuff and brands and all this stuff over someone who treats you right and loves you, something's wrong with you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
My rebuttal is I'm gonna cry all the way to the bank, and they tap their face with a $100 bill. They always do. Like they always have something come back. Like you said, it is a mental illness.
Yeah.
Oh, coping.
Yep.
Yeah, try to let your accomplishments and success speak for you. Speak for them. Speak for you.
Yeah,
that's not the way to do it. No. I hear women say stuff like that. At least we know right there that they're coping. Yeah, you got a car, you got a house, you got this, that, and third. Yes, that's good to know. But are you responsible financially? Are you just using that stuff that's just a throw in my face? Which is it?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that goes. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming up here. I'm about to shut this down a little bit.
Alrighty. Thanks
nice
for having
talking
me.
But before y'all go, just make sure you do
like, comment, and subscribe, because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
That gets me every time.
Make sure you do those 3 things on your way out if you haven't already done it.
All right. Oh my god. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes,
Not a problem. We should do this again next week.
Okay. Oh, hold on now.
I don't know what I'm talking about next week, but you will know.
Alrighty.
All
right. Take care, Animated and Wife School Podcast.
All right, young man.
See y'all later.
Take care. Yeah, this was a good show. And anybody that's back there listening in, you still have a little opportunity to come up here and give your thoughts on women being delusional. You better give it now before I shut the stream down in the next couple of minutes. So if you're a late comer, just know I'm about to shut the stream down in just a little bit. Chaos, if you're still back there, you can feel free to come up here. Guess not. All right. So I guess I'll just give my final thoughts on this whole thing. Yeah, I believe our modern women are delusional, and now we understand why. Whether it's the beta male simps, whether it be the beta male brotherhood, the simpish sisterhood, the rise in social media, this new age fat acceptance / body positivity stuff, and women trying to use accomplishments and success as a coping mechanism. All of these contribute to our women being delusional. It all contributes to that. This old narrative that all women are 10s, yeah, it leads to them being delusional. Getting an ego boost from the minute they find attractive, and if they get rejected, they just lash out at other people. Yeah, that's why our women are so delusional now. That's exactly why our women are delusional. And like I said at the beginning, ain't nothing wrong with you having standards. There's nothing wrong with you having preferences. But if your standards are not grounded in reality, that could be a huge problem. It's important that people understand the difference between realism and just being in delusionalness. It's important that everybody understand this. And you know what's crazy? I literally saw a video of a woman saying something like, men have unrealistic standards and men are delusional. And she says that because men have this expectation of his woman should have a low body count, be fit, feminine friendly, no body count, doesn't run the streets and doesn't be on social media. She says that's unrealistic because that's all you're going to find nowadays. Most women out here are single mothers. Most of them got social media accounts, and most of them are dressing in a little sexualized manner. However, a man wanting the opposite of that is not the issue. A man wanting a woman who's fit, feminine, friendly, in shape, does not have a body count, and doesn't have children is not unrealistic. It's only unrealistic simply because society set it up that way. Again, with the way our world looks, you ain't gonna find too many females, especially over the age of 25, that don't already have kids, ain't already been, which in turn they already been ran through. So I don't think as men we're as delusional compared to women. I think the most delusional thing I've heard a man say was he wants a female that's a pure virgin. Good luck trying to find that in today's world. That's the most I've heard a man say, for real. And yes, he was a young cat too. I told this man, good luck trying to find any female your age that hasn't been penetrated by at least another man, at least one other man. I'm not saying she got ran through by the whole college campus. I'm just saying she got a body count. It better be a low one for your sake. But that's the most unrealistic that I've heard a man say. But other than that, as men, we don't have unrealistic expectations when it comes to what we want from our women. But society will damn sure set up to look like that. That's for sure. That's how society goes set this shit up to make it look like we're being unrealistic. It's a crying shame, but that's just the way it is. Oh yes. Shout out to you, Killer Swag. I forgot you was here. Killer Swag said you got a better shot at winning the Mega Millions than finding a woman who is still a virgin. Exactly, Swag. Exactly. That's what I was telling that young cat when he said that. Some guy in his early to mid 20s, like, I want to find a girl that hasn't been penetrated. I'm like, nigga, good luck trying to find that. And by the way, dog, if you got time, come up and chop it up with your boy before I shut this stream down. But yeah, that's the most unrealistic I think I've heard a man say. That young cat talking about he want a woman that's still a virgin. I'm like, good luck trying to find that. But yeah. And as men, we need to have a standard and stop putting up with the bullshit. Stop putting up with females thinking that, have a body count, been ran through, got kids all over the goddamn place, and stop and thinking that that's the new world order. You don't have to accept that. I mean, even if you do accept it, you accept it for what it's worth. You accept the fact that women like that are just for recreational purposes only, and they are not to be dealt with for any other reason outside of that. Either that or just leave these chicks alone altogether. The choice is yours. That's the way that goes. That's the way that goes. Oh, you still at work? Well, don't worry about it. Now you know how the fuck I be feeling when you and Millie do your little Kill 'Em Sweetly shows and I'm still at work doing whatever. Now you know how I be feeling. And by the way, before you go, Swag, is that Grown and Sexy Conversation still on for Saturday or Friday, whatever day it is? Don't y'all cancel on me again last minute now, okay? But for real, is that Grown and Sexy Conversation still going on this week? Let me know in the chat if you're still back there. But yeah, this was an interesting show. Oh, Chaos, you're still back there. Cool. But yeah, this was a very interesting show. Now, before I leave up out of here, let me give a shout out. Shout out to Wife School Podcast. Shout out to the Centicle, always unpredictable, constantly at her pentacle. Shout out to my new homegirl, the beautifully animated Speaks. And finally, wait, not finally. Shout out to Killer Swag. Get that bag. He don't care about price tags. And shout out to Chaos Reigns. Love your show. Next time come up here a little earlier. I'm about to shut it down right now, buddy. But hey, it's good that you came by to check me out, to see what kind of content I put up here. But next time, come by much earlier than that. All right. So with that being said, guys, the name's Hustler and Muscular, also known as H&M, dropping some gems, stomping harder than a pair of Timbs. Now, before I go, make sure you do these 3 important things.
Like, comment, and subscribe, because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
Take care, y'all. Deuces!
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Just I've been brassing and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never cost a man that didn't deserve it. Be treated like a pro, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying and joking. I really hate the joke, but I gotta love. As they cope, I see myself in the pistol smoke pools. I'm the kind of G that let the homies wanna be like on my knees in the night, saying prayers in the she line.
Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise.
Took out the situation and they got me facing. I can't ever know it. I was raised by the shit, so I gotta be there with the little team. Too much Stella bitch and watch it got me chasing jeans. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my tin in my hand and the cream in my eye. I'm for loped out cakes to set, chip and bacon. And my homies is down, so don't arouse my acres. Fool, that bang like nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm there but like do it down. What can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I let the see 24 the way they just going? I don't know.
Tell me why are we so blind to see that the one we hurt are you and me? Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise.
Power at them birdie, bunny in the flower. Been it after me, power after hour. Everybody's ready, but after them ain't looking, it's going on in the kitchen. But I don't know what's shaking. They say I got the learn, but nobody's here to teach me. If they can't understand it, how can they teach me? I guess they can't, I guess they won't, I guess they fuck. That's why I don't like designers up for.
Been spending most our lives